There we go. There we go. We kind of got there. Thank you very much indeed. The cameras are falling all over the place. Let's just put that there and we'll adjust it in a little bit so that people can see everything and can enjoy everything in full glory vision. This is the late night alternative with myself, Iain Lee. On Talk Radio, Katherine Boyle is here.
Hello.
03444991000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome to. You can watch the show if it doesn't keep falling over. I left the proper tripod at home, you see, so you can watch bits of the show. We may knock it on the head. You can watch bits of the show if you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Iain Lee. Phil John says, why don't you just get a GoPro? Because you can't stream directly free onto Periscope from a GoPro, Phil. But thanks very much for sticking your beak in where it's not wanted. It's not as if I haven't spent hours and hundreds of pounds investigating this, Phil. But thank you so much. This is the thing, one of the many things I hate about Twitter, right, is when you ask a technical question, okay, you ask a technical question, and you go, guys, I'm really struggling I'm really struggling to set a start point in a movie I'm creating on Final Cut Pro X. Does anybody who's used this software know how to do it, right? And then what people do is they Google it, which I've done, and I couldn't find the answer on Google, or they go, well, have a look at this YouTube video, Ian. And I go, oh, this is someone who's obviously done it before, and I look at the YouTube video. It's got nothing to do with what I'm asking at all, and it's people just guessing. People just guessing. I don't want guess. I've spent when I go on Twitter to ask a technical question, I've spent 2 hours guessing. I've spent at least 2 hours guessing, and at least an hour and a half Googling. I've done that. When I go on Twitter, I want people who actually know the answer. People who use Final Cut Pro X or whatever application it is that I'm talking about, or whatever thing it is. I want people. I don't want people going, well, I Googled it and I found this thread on Reddit. Jesus, really? I Googled it and I found a thread on Reddit. And you know what? It was naff all use. Of course I've done that. So everybody, if I ever ask, and then what you have to do is you have to go, thanks, but that doesn't help. Thanks for that, but that's not quite right. When really what you want to do is go, just delete your account, you moron. God, if you lived next door to me, I would come round and I would stab your eyes out with a pencil. That's what you want to say, but you can't say it. You can't say it because you're the replacement showbiz correspondent on Good Morning Britain, and so you've got to be. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks so much for that, guys. I really appreciate the effort. 03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You'd be very, very welcome to. Dale Winton's died. It's sad. I didn't know Dale Winton, of course not, but I was on an episode of Pets Win Prizes. You've seen the clip of that, haven't you?
I have indeed, yeah. You had a sombrero with carrots on it?
Sat on a deck chair, had a sombrero with carrots, and a donkey had to eat it. A donkey had to eat it. That's what happened.
And that was your big break?
It was one of many big breaks I had. One of many, many big breaks that I had. And my sister used to work with Dale Winton, and she said Dale Winton, along with Gabby Roslin, was the two nicest people that she ever worked with. So you know, in the great scheme of things, I'm aware it's Dale Winton. It's not the Pope, you know. But he seemed like a nice bloke. A lot of people enjoyed his television shows, and that's life, isn't it? That's the circle of life. And here's the thing: now he was 62, and I'm 45 in a few weeks, and I'm starting doing death maths, and I'm thinking that's 17 years.
Yeah.
I might have 17 years
if you were Dale Winton, and you're not.
Well, no, exactly. But I might have less than 17 years. There are people, people who die earlier than that. I just don't know. My old man was 60, probably 62 when he died. So, you know, you just don't know what's going to happen. You just don't know. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Right. Everyone that's complaining about the YouTube feed, everyone that's complaining about the YouTube feed, I'm talking specifically to you, you entitled, smug, millennial arseholes, right? This is bonus that you'll get. This is bonus, right? I sweat my arse off every night trying to bring you the best live video stream available anywhere on the bloody planet. So everyone going, oh, it keeps falling over. Oh, it's a bit close. Oh, I can't see. Just go and jump off of a bridge. 0344 4991. And you're not going to be able to hear the phone calls till the adverts because I've not got headphones that stretch over here. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's go to Alan Caddick. Good evening, Alan. Good evening, Alan. I'm gonna. Well, it wasn't aimed at you, Alan. Are you watching on YouTube?
I didn't make a comment.
Okay. Well, it was still aimed at you, Alan. If you were watching on YouTube. Yeah. Well, they can't hear you on YouTube now.
Oh dear.
No, it's not. Oh dear, it's a radio show. They can't hear you, Alan. Are you thick? Yes, we know the answer to that. You can't hear you.
Right, so I want to talk about Dale Winton.
Go on then.
He honestly started doing his career when he was at Beacon Radio.
Did he? Well, let's have Dale Winton's career as summed up by Alan Caddick.
Well, he started his career at Radio Friends, but I first heard him when he was at Beacon Radio, and he was really good. And then he went over to Radio 1 as cover for the summer. He's done a good job.
Isn't it funny to think this is what the old days were like, kids? Dale Winton was on Radio 1. I mean, it just seems it's so implausible now, doesn't it?
Oh no.
Yeah.
And then he bunted into television with his big break on Supermarket Sweep.
Yeah.
And then he did Pets Win Prizes.
Are you crying or are you laughing at the folly that was Pets Win Prizes?
Coughing.
You're still coughing. Okay. Well.
Pets Win Prizes. And he went on to do a lottery.
No.
And then he's fallen off the radar with Hole in the Wall.
Yeah. Well,
I loved Hole in the Wall.
I never saw it. I've seen images from it. I know they had to wear tight lycra and bring on the wall, but that's it.
It was hilarious.
But I used to laugh at that when Anton de Beck doing that.
Yeah. What?
Anton de Beck did the second series of Hole in the Wall.
Did he? Tony Beak. Anthony Beak.
Anton de Beck.
Yeah, but his real name's... This isn't even a joke. His real name is Tony Beak.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's Anton de Beck. And I've met Anton. He's a very nice bloke. But his real name is Tony Beak.
Oh, why did he become a pop star?
Because Tony Beak. And next on Strictly Come Dancing, it's Natasha Kaplinsky dancing with Tony Beak. Right. Giddy donut. On YouTube, I don't want to be one of those people who offer up something that you probably already know about, but another GoPro solution is a Mevo camera. Get Mevo. Jesus, I've looked into all of this. I have looked into all of this, right? And I've not got millions of pounds. I'm being sued. Get this. Because of the funny tweet I did, because I was hacked yesterday. I've got to say I was hacked. Because I was hacked yesterday and the hacker offered to give followers loads of cash and then I managed to get control back and I deleted all of that. Four people are suing me for the money. And if they win, then the others can sue me for the money. So don't give me this Mevo. Time out. Whoever that person was who suggested the Mevo, time out. You can time them out. This is just for the people watching on YouTube and the heavy breathers. Just watch it, all right? Watch it. Sorry, Alan. I'm really sorry about that, mate.
Oh, you're really off on that.
I'm furious. I'm furious.
Oh, I would be furious if people making me about.
Yeah. We're not having it. We're not having it. We're not. We need to clamp it right down.
Like I say, with Tony Beak, there's no good strong past name to it. But hands on the back, rolls off the tongue.
Does he now? I don't know him that well, Alan, but I'll take your word for it. 0344 499 1000. Just to clarify, the ranting there, the anger, the fury, it's not aimed at the listeners at home, or listening on the radio, or listening on the apps, or listening online.
The ones that count.
It's not aimed at you guys. It's aimed at the people on YouTube who are watching it. Okay, that's who it's aimed at. It's not aimed at you. It's aimed at you. 0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative on Talk Radio. Seriously, and this isn't even a fucking joke now. Fucking watch it. Watch it. Fucking watch it.
This is like S&M radio.
Is there? Can you pass me? Turn these up, please.
Yes.
Just watch it.
Whatever your car needs.
Right, time Napoleon Bonaparte out. Timed out.
For your work. Then pick whichever
Timed
fits
out.
for you. Just visit
Timed out. Right, Donna's getting timed out. Right, you know what? Matthew, do me a favour. Time every fucker out. I want everyone timed out. For 300 seconds. I want everyone. No, Matthew, Jeff, Catherine, time everyone out.
Within 30 minutes of arrival.
Everyone.
Cover.
Do it. That's not even a joke. Do it.
Anything can happen.
Do it, guys. Not having this. It's not even funny.
You have all this. TV and showbiz exclusives and football.
Fucking hell. Piss me off.
Fashion and beauty trends and
Oh, I want everyone.
sports and gossip and
Everyone timed out.
And you can personalise your news feed so you only see the things you love. And it's free.
Everyone. I'm coming in to time everyone out.
It's totally sun-packed.
This is the sound of someone with a million things to do.
Everyone.
Ting in.
Thanks, guys.
Time is precious. We're with you. So our engineers call ahead to let you know when they're on their way. Search British Gas Home Care. 95% of engineers call ahead.
Experience the unconventional.
Hello?
The unpredictable.
Don't you think that's a bit weird?
And the completely unorthodox.
It was my birthday.
With rule-free Iain Lee.
I was just trying to generate a bit of content.
The late night alternative with Iain Lee.
Hate alarm clock, hate going to work.
On Talk Radio.
We're timing everyone out on YouTube for impertinence, okay? Got my team of Matthew, my mods, Matthew, Jeff, Catherine, and I've been in there. We're timing everyone out. You get timed out for 300 seconds for impertinence, okay? Just impertinence. Good evening, Noel Taylor.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kath.
Hello.
You all right?
Very, very well, Noel Taylor. How are you? How's things in your crazy make-believe world?
I'm really well, thank you.
That's great news.
Top of the world.
What have you got for us tonight?
I've got some important things to mention about Paradise Earth in the Desert.
Is it to do with human feces fueling a make-believe world?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Then I'm in. Count me in.
The things are that a rudimentary toilet will be needed to donate your excrement for growing plants in the desert.
Can I just stop the clock for a second? By the way, if you're a new listener, this guy actually means this. This isn't him phoning up doing a spiel. He actually means it. Go on.
Or you could modernise your toilet by putting a bin bag in it. Done by everyone.
Wow.
In the world.
Hang on a minute. Do you mean like a black bin liner, or like one of the smaller ones for the pedal bin in the kitchen?
No, it'd be a brown bin liner.
Okay, brown.
Thick brown plastic so it doesn't break, because that's pretty important, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. By the way, just say that's enough of the timeouts now, guys. I think we've got everybody. Anyone else that joins now, they're welcome to join. They weren't part of the guilty party. So that's enough of the timeouts.
Starting afresh.
We're starting afresh. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Matthew. The only people in this world I can rely on. Everyone else, I hate. Sorry.
Not me.
I hate you. So you want us to put a brown bin liner in our lavvy to catch our fecal dumps?
But ideally,
I did a great one today that could have probably fueled your city for a year. to quote Britney Spears, it was toxic.
ideally you'd use a rudimentary toilet, Ian.
And do you know who wrote the tune "Toxic" for Britney Spears?
Kathy Dennis.
I think she did. Yeah, I think she did. She also wrote "I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It" for Catherine Perry. Nuts, isn't it? Absolutely nuts. Okay, guys. So we're going to catch the feces in a brown plastic bag in our lavvies. Yep, sounds great.
Or you could use a rudimentary toilet. That would be ideal because there's more space, Ian, on a rudimentary.
What is it? What is a rudimentary toilet?
It's bog standard, so it wouldn't have no water in it. It'd be dry.
A bucket.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
With a fancy lid on it.
A bucket with, well, that will be a commode.
Right, okay.
It would be. It would actually be a commode.
He's humouring you.
Oh, fine. Okay, right. Okay. Your bog standard commode. Okay. Okay, brilliant.
And, right, so this is the other aspect of it is the urine. 4 parts urine to 1 part water would be sprayed on plants by helicopters and aeroplanes.
Okay.
People will live for hundreds of years.
Oh, that's one of the downsides.
Oh dear, no, that's very good because there'd be no stress, you see.
I don't want to live for hundreds of years. I'm kind of at the end of my tether as I approach 45.
But there'd be no stress, Ian. It'd be a paradise. You'd be self-sufficient and everything.
But the world will smell of wee and poo.
Yeah, exactly.
No, because there'd be sand covering it, so you wouldn't smell the poo. The wee would be 4 parts urine to 1 part water, so it wouldn't smell.
Well, hang on a minute. 4 parts urine to 1 part wee. That's a lot of. That means 4/5 of this mixture are urine.
Still a lot of wee.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be because I think it's toxic or something. You have to have so much water with it.
Here's something I learned yesterday, 2 days ago. Here's what I learned: that farmers, right? Some farmers collect all the hair from hairdressers and barbers and put it around the edges of their fields because foxes smell it and think there is people there.
Well, I found a load of hair in my back garden yesterday, down one of the side bits.
Yeah.
In fact, my daughter found it. She went, "There's a load of hair down here." Ugh. So yeah, we poked it with a stick, and sure enough, there was a load of hair down there. And it turned out my husband, when I'd cut the girl's hair, yes, I cut it. They haven't realised I'm really bad at cutting hair yet. I put it in the bin, and he said, "I heard it was good for your garden, and animals would take it to nest in." Well, they haven't. It's just left there.
No, I don't like that.
That's something from Silent Witness.
Jeff is just saying on the YouTube channel that, and I'm going to read this word for word, "I've had enough of poo today. Someone shat in the swimming pool during my daughter's lesson. No word of a lie. It was fished out and it was a foot long."
That's a lot of poo.
Wowzers.
What you could do with that, Noel?
Yeah. Coloured people they'll be the master race on Paradise Earth.
So, hang on a second. Stop the clock. Let's go back. Rewind. Give us that last bit. Give us the...
Coloured people will be the master race.
Right. Okay. Okay. We tend to say black people or people of colour these days. Coloured people, yeah, it's kind of, you know.
It's a bit Alabama, mate.
We don't really say that anymore. But okay. That's good. It's their turn.
Right. There'll be no illness or injury on Paradise Earth.
What if you fall over?
You won't. They'll
Well, hang on a minute. You can't.
There'll be mainly sand anyway.
All right, but you can. So there'll just be sand. So if you fall over, it'll just be sandy.
Yeah, but there'll be grass there as well because you'll have 2 football pitches. That'll be
Can I ask, Noel, how did you? Because you used to phone me years ago as a comedy inventor and a musician. How did you go from inventor and musician to complete and utter nut job? When did that transition? When did that transition happen?
This, Ian, is the most important invention ever. Paradise Earth in the Deserts is the most important invention ever.
Okay.
Truly.
Yeah.
That's what I truly believe.
Yeah. Okay. And again, how did you come across this informazione, as the Italians would say? The information, yes.
I've just got. Well, I'm getting on a bit. So you learn things, you pick things up as you get older, don't you?
Yeah. Okay. And where did you pick this up from?
Well, I just came across the idea, really.
Okay.
Just came across the idea, simple as that.
Okay.
And it's gradually progressed.
Okay.
It's slow indoctrination. Big word for your show.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for calling, Noel.
All right. Okay, Ian.
There we go. Peace and love, brother. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's go to Danny. Good evening, Danny.
All right, Ian. Right, Kath.
Hiya, Danny.
Right, Ian. I've taken inspiration from your magnificent show last night.
Here we go. This is it. And I wanted to talk about inspiration, but go on. Yes, let's have it.
Right. My mate Ren's an idiot, and Anna's not much better. We were talking the other night while we were having a curry.
He says this as though I actually know who these people are.
Just nod and smile.
They're idiots.
Okay.
And we were trying to make a list of the top 10 restaurants you can go into. And if you go into an Italian restaurant and go, I'll have the pizza aragoni, the Italian mate is going to look at you and he's going to go, that's okay.
Yeah.
The order of most to least offensive by doing the accent of the food you're ordering.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Hang on a minute. So you're saying if you go into an Italian restaurant and you order a pizza with an Italian accent,
that's perfectly fine.
Well, I don't know if it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I don't
mind.
No, well, you say that, but they're probably go in the kitchen and go, oh, he's a bloody idiot, he is. Go and put the semen in his pizza. Yeah. So something like that. So they might smile, but they might also hate it. Right?
At a French restaurant,
yeah.
Is it okay to do it there?
Oh, they'll hate it.
No, they'll hate you.
I don't eat French food. I don't like it.
I don't really know what French food is. It's a salad?
Snails, probably. Snails and cauliflower.
Gosh, this is so metropolitan.
I think French food is like a salad with an egg in it.
I think that's it. You've summed up the entire French culture of food.
I think so.
Yes.
Okay. So it will be frowned upon. This is great phone in fodder, by the way. 0344 499 1000. So
always bully me and make me ring up when we have food, and so
again, these people that I don't think actually exist. But okay.
They do.
What you're building up to is that if you were in an Indian restaurant and you would go, I would like some bubble dums, please.
I think we come to the conclusion that would be the worst one. That is the most offensive.
No. I know one that'll be worse.
Oh, go on.
Can I get spring roll, please?
Oh, God,
yes.
You can't go into a Chinese restaurant and do that. You can't.
The top 10 in chronological order of offensiveness.
Have you got? Are there 10 different types of restaurant? Have I got a pen? Hang on.
I don't know whether I want you using my pen for this.
Hang on. Right. All right. We're going to write this. Oh, I've got a pen. I stole that. I don't know where I got that pen from. Right.
A rave.
So these right. The top 10 in reverse order. Restaurants of doing the accent is the most. So number one, it's the most offensive, and we won't do the accents. But in our heads, what we'll do is we'll leave a little gap, and the listener at home and everyone can imagine that happening and what would be said, but we won't actually say it because.
And if there's any sniggering in the YouTube thing, you could maybe time them out again.
No, those guys are completely racist. So at number 10, you're saying Italian.
Yeah, Italian. Yeah, I think that would be encouraged. They like it.
I don't think I think you've misunderstood Italy. I don't think they like it.
Do they not?
No.
Oh.
All right, number 9.
French.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 8.
So I reckon Spanish.
Like tapas. Tapas.
Yes.
Okay, Spanish. Yeah.
You can't help but say when you say tapas.
Tapas.
You have a hint of a Spanish accent.
All right, number 7.
See, this is where we're struggling. I don't eat much foreign food. I only like pizza and curry, and that's it.
Okay. Well, are we going to put a number one? I reckon we put Chinese.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Number two, we put Indian. Oh, no. We've got to bump all these up one.
Why?
We've got to bump all these up one. I'll tell you why. Because number 10 would be like McDonald's. Hey, man, I'd love a Big Mac and fries.
Or as my mate calls it, a wonderful Scottish restaurant.
Oh, okay. Well, that's your mates are dumb. So 10 is McDonald's, 9 is Italian, 8 is French, 7 is Spanish, 2 is Indian, 1 is Chinese.
Yeah.
Maybe it should just be a top 6.
That mean we only need one more? Oh, that's done.
Yep, there we go. Thanks very much for calling. 034 4499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Driving home with Eamon Holmes.
Your number one drive time destination.
High revving radio with Eamon Holmes.
We've got more YouTube viewers than we've ever had live.
Special guests. If it's happening, we're on it.
Get home with Holmes.
Driving home with Eamon Holmes. Weekdays from 4
on Talk Radio.
The late night lip service for lovers, loners, and lounge lizards.
Yeah, well, where exactly is your accent from?
The late night alternative with Iain Lee.
I've forgotten your name already, excuse me.
On Talk Radio.
So, 034 4499 1000 phone number. George, stay there. Coming to you in a minute. So, Catherine.
Yes.
I have been. I've fallen into a Sergeant Pepper, a Beatles rabbit hole
again.
Okay, and I've finally started listening to the Sergeant Pepper box set that I bought. Listen to that, flipping it. Oh man, it's so good. Where's my iPod? I want to play you something from my iPod. Where's my iPod? Oh God, where's my iPod? Where's my earpiece for professional television work? James Martin tomorrow. Oh. It's not called Saturday Kitchen. That was when it was on the BBC. He's moved.
James Martin's.
Not James Martin's Weekend Delights or something like that.
You better find out what it's called before
That'll be fine. Can you see if I've left my iPod out there, please?
Does it look like? Is it in a cover?
Yeah, it's in a cool leather cover, the kind that a cool dude might have his mobile phone in.
The 90s.
Well, okay, that's disrespectful. Sunday morning with James Martin is what I'm going to be on. I'm filming that tomorrow. Cookery programme. I told my boys I was doing it. They were in hysterics. But Daddy, you can't cook. All right, kids. Well, there's no tea for you. Because you're right. Actually, I cannot cook. Let's go to George while we're waiting. I click this button and up pops George. Good evening, George.
Good evening, Ian, Catherine. I'm sorry that fate has wound you up.
No, these things happen. It was just the entitlement. We can see it on my iPod. Is it? We can see it on. It's the entitlement, George, of some people, but it doesn't matter. We're all good now. You can watch the show, youtube.com/Iain Lee. There we go.
It's the spirit world winding you up.
Yes. Yes.
And there is a spirit world that winds us up, but that I'm quite sure.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry to see. I tried to see if any of our calls made it up onto your channel, but they don't seem to.
Well, they're not up there specifically, but those shows. The shows that they're in there, contained in the whole shows. But it's the whole shows are up there on my YouTube channel. But the young man that does it for me, he does it out of the goodness of his own heart. He doesn't get paid, and he does it as a favour. And he just tends to put the whole shows up there. So don't the calls are contained within.
Can we do the call of calls?
What does that mean?
Rainbow George's call of calls.
Yeah, sure.
I want to imagine that
okay.
I might not be here tomorrow. So
oh, God.
You were talking about death earlier.
Yeah.
And if I could do the call of calls, I'd be quite happy to die, I think.
Jesus, well, hang on a minute. I don't want to do the call of calls then.
But I do. And I think it's nice to imagine that this could be the last call I could ever make, and what would
would I say?
All right, then, let's do it. Let's do it. This is we've just had the sad news that just after tonight, George will no longer be calling us because he will be passing from this world to Rainbow World, which is sad and also exciting at the same time. So, George, this is your last ever call to us. Make sure you say everything you want to say. What do you want to say, brother?
You had a caller earlier imagining a future paradise, and I made to imagine a virtual paradise, a world of wonders, and a world that has no countries in it and no armies. You were talking about black and white earlier. I just see rainbow people and a rainbow world, and I don't think it's that far off. And I truly suppose that you Iain Lee, have a part to play in bringing about this world of wonders, and it's a world that only has one bank in it, the bank of a zillion wonders.
Yes.
And it's got an electronic currency called the Wonder. And the bank of a zillion wonders has all the money in the world, essentially, within it. And it is programmed to look after everyone in the world. It gives everybody 100 wonders a day, sort of the equivalent of £100 a day. And
can you buy a tin of beans and a loaf of bread with a wonder?
Well, I'm saying a wonder, in my mind, is worth £1.
Right. Okay.
So everyone effectively gets £100 a day, and that is the way I've been made.
Aren't they going to do... What country is it where they do that? There is a country...
They do something, I think it's Norway.
Is it Norway or Finland or something, where everybody, whether you're unemployed or you've got a job, gets like £11,000 a year? Have you heard this guy? Because they keep... It's called... What's it called? It's a universal basic income or something like that. And they keep suggesting that it might work here, and apparently makes real economic sense. So that everyone gets this 11 grand a year, and it apparently makes everyone happy. It keeps taxes down, and I don't...
£100 a day is a lot more than
yes.
£100 a year.
Yes.
But it's... I'm sure it's going to happen. It's just whether people can imagine it.
I can imagine it. I can imagine it.
It's not difficult.
No.
To imagine. The Bank of a Zillion Wonders will be programmed to play the part of God, if you like, and look after everybody. And I mean, in the Bible, in the Lord's Prayer, it says, "Give us each day our daily bread." So how can God do that?
Catherine wants to come in. I saw you made the move to say something.
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, you...
I was rolling my eyes at Twitter.
Well, you actually did make the move to say something, and then, but you may not have been aware of it.
I wasn't making a move to say something. I was sighing.
Well, no, you weren't. Okay, so you weren't making the move to say something, but you did actually make the move to say something. Yeah, the movement you made is the one that you make when you want to say something. I'm just saying. I'm not telling you off. I'm not angry with you.
I'm glad you're not.
But I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. Bear it in mind, because as you know, I've got excellent peripheral vision. And I'm a master body language reader. So if you're going to speak body language, if your body's going to talk, make sure it's speaking the right language. Okay?
Can you read this?
Yes, I can. George, if this is your last phone call, I feel it could be even more profound. You need more profundity.
Yes, the profundity will come into it if you allow me.
I'm allowing you.
I am made to suppose that effectively we are spirit beings trapped in human forms, and we have each of us has a soulmate on the other side who's directing us to play the part we're playing, and I have been made aware that everything is written and scripted and dated.
Yeah.
Everything that happens is being directed to happen.
Yep.
And none of us are responsible for our actions. Again,
I'm going to kill a cat in that case.
The prophet Isaiah,
Yes.
in his first chapter, he says, "Come now and let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool." How else can you explain that other than that Isaiah is telling us that we're not responsible for our actions?
Well, I don't know if I necessarily. There's a strong argument in psychology about that, about the fact we have no free will, or the argument that we have no free will.
We do have free will.
Oh.
We can will to do anything,
Oh.
but it doesn't mean we're going to be able to do it.
Oh.
Choice is a total illusion, and there are several places in the Bible that indicate that, and the Bible is all about prophecy and what's going to happen in the last days and so on. So it's telling us that everything is effectively written to come to a certain conclusion, and I was made to understand Scripture, the Bible, as all the characters from Adam to Jesus, all mythological characters. None of these characters existed, but they're telling a deeper story, and we are all actors in a mystery play. And Shakespeare had it exactly right when he said, "All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely..."
Thank Andre, but not tonight, please.
Exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts.
Yep. Don't quote the whole play Shakespeare to me. It feels like you're doing the whole play.
His acts being 7 ages.
Yes.
And that's exactly the story that the book of Revelation, the last book in the Bible, that lays it out. That it's a script that is set in 7 cycles, and 5 of those cycles are in the past. We're living towards the end of the 6th cycle. In the book of Revelation, it's the Church of Philadelphia.
Now I've got no idea where we're going with that. George, listen, I've got to move on because I'm late for the adverts. Always a pleasure, mate. Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative on Talk Radio.
Across the UK.
Do you want these bellends looking at you now for a bit?
No, why?
Oh.
No.
Okay. She doesn't want you to see her.
Working for yourself.
She doesn't want you to see her.
Setting your own hours. Every day is bring your dog to work day.
She doesn't want you to see her. I tried.
Send customized invoices in a month.
We were up to about 280 viewers at one point. It's the most we've ever had live.
Paid or are overdue, so you can stay on top of your cash flow and get back to more enjoyable things.
Uh-oh, why? Is he getting arsey?
He's subbing you into me on Twitter.
What's he saying?
Why don't you tell him that? You shouldn't say bummers or nut jobs. And I said, why don't you tell him that? I thought you were a producer and he'll rip my head off.
What's his...
And I said, oh, look good at me, having a bad day.
Don't fight for one life.
Well, I think he say one for you.
I thought I was going to find him.
Forever. The end is near. Avengers Infinity War in cinemas Thursday, April 26. Book your tickets now.
Nothing to see here. Just a regular retriever eating his food, doing his thing while you're out doing yours, not raiding the bin, and no little surprises left on the floor. What a good boy. Nothing to see here means nothing to worry about. With the new Hive-View smart indoor camera, you can check on your home from your phone wherever you are. Search Hive to discover more. Hive. Let's get living. Hive services require broadband and...
Kasif, you say if we're going to lose views, we've had more viewers live tonight than we've ever had, so you can stick this right up your jacksie, son.
A big thank you to everyone in Britain who voted for us. It's great to see so many of you love not just our small prices, but our big promises too. Like never capping how much broadband you use, never slowing you down at busy times, and most importantly, never ever raising your broadband price mid-contract. So why not switch from your current provider to TalkTalk? It's win-win-win. To grab our latest deals, visit talktalk.co.uk. TalkTalk, for everyone.
Moonlit musings from mums, madams, and meat packers.
Oh, never mind, I must have misheard.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
The station's brilliant.
On Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio. You can listen on DAB, download the app, or go to talkradio.co.uk. You can watch the show live as it happens and previous shows on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Iain Lee. So I've been falling down this Beatles rabbit hole, right? And I've been listening to the Sgt. Pepper box set, finally. More on that anon. I've been listening to some hooky recordings as well, okay? Right, more on that now. One of my favourite Beatles albums, my second favourite Beatles album, is Abbey Road by the Beatles. And side 2 in particular is a masterpiece. And at the end of side 2, after it all finishes, they put in the first, I'm going to say, the first hidden track on an album, right? It's like a few seconds after it ends, there's a song called Her Majesty plays. But you don't know this song.
I can't remember it.
It's a really sweet little song, right? And it starts suddenly, it's about 30 seconds long, starts suddenly, it stops suddenly, and then it's the run-out groove, right? Well, one of these hooky albums I was listening to put Her Majesty, which is quite nerdy, so bear with me, right? But you know there's that big long medley at the end of side 2. Her Majesty was originally in that, but they took it out. Now, if you listen to... So this is right, okay. So this is what the album sounds like now, okay? Right, here we go. So this is the middle of the Beatles Abbey Road medley, right? And it sounds like this. Here we go. Here we go. This is it. Right. Here it comes. It's Me, Mr. Mustard, right? Me, Mr. Mustard goes into Polythene Pam, right? And that's how everyone knows it. Your parents would have finished sex by now.
Stop it.
You would have been conceived by it. But this is how it was supposed to sound originally, right? Me, Mr. Mustard. Into Her Majesty. Oh, I love it.
I got a belly full of wine. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl. Someday I'm gonna make her mine. Oh yeah, someday I'm gonna make her mine.
Then into Polythene Pam. I'd never heard it before. Man alive, it blew my mind. Then on this brilliant, I'm not listening to the full box set. I'm listening to like the second disc, right? Where you get to hear all the workings out from like Sgt. Pepper and stuff. Of course, Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane were supposed to be on Sgt. Pepper, but they weren't, because Brian Epstein was panicking and he said, we need a single. And George Martin went, well, I've got 3 songs. I've got one called When I'm 64. I've got one called Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields. I know, we'll put Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields together and there'll be a double A side, right? So this is the back. I'd never heard this, right? This is the backing track. This is a really early backing track for Penny Lane, so it's hardly anything in it, right? But there are some moments in it. It's really sparse, okay? And it's always a nuisance when I play Beatles songs on the YouTube channel, because then that episode gets taken down because Paul McCartney is up all night, every night, looking for stuff.
Googling himself.
I didn't even at him, and he blocked me. So listen to this. This is the backing track. I love it. So good, man. So good. Now someone's...
I like the bit where it looked like they were doing a drum roll on a margarine tub.
Oh, this is the thing. When you get some of the backing tracks, they don't, they sound really ropey as a band.
They sound great.
It's when it all goes together. Now someone's telling me that Limmy's just posted his Here's his electronic version of the theme tune to the Golden Girls. Indulge me, dear listener, we have to. There we go. Music, man. Music's where it's at. I had someone the other day tweet me going, "Oh, play all this crappy music on it. It's talk radio." I'll get stuffed. Get stuffed. The show is whatever we want it to be, and music is the food of love. So let's start doing it. Evening, Chuck. Chuck Winkle, our American correspondent. What's the latest, Chuck?
Well, I've had a bit of a career change actually.
Sorry, say that again. It's not the greatest of lines.
Well, that's because I'm on the east coast of Washington, D.C. I've had a career change, actually.
Oh, you're not... Well, hang on a minute. You're not a news reporter anymore?
Ain't no doubt about it.
Well, okay. Well, I'll ask the question then that I would assume you would need answer. The question that dares not breathe its name. What are you then, apart from a knob?
Porn star.
Oh, God.
Gosh.
Adult entertainment.
Okay, adult entertainment. Okay. What prompted this change?
Well, we like doing it bang bang doggy style, and I thought, well, might as well film it. Bit of a convoy.
Bit of a convoy?
No.
Is that like a convoy? Is that like 5 people? Is that like the human centipede again?
I mean, I knew you'd be niche, but I wasn't quite expecting so many niches.
Wow.
Well, is that the dearest Catherine, is it?
That is Katherine, yes.
I had an idea about John Wayne.
Okay.
I have been known to induce an orgasm by just saying 3 phrases.
Wow, 3 phrases.
Try it.
Well, okay. Well, listen. Okay. If we're going to do this, we have to issue a warning to if there are any women out there. Is it just women that you can bring to orgasm with these 3 phrases?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
No hanky panky.
Okay, so if anyone does not want to have an orgasm, listen away now.
Switch off now. If you're driving a car and you want to have an orgasm, pull off in the hard shoulder. Okay, we've given the warning. Let's do it. Here comes the orgasm for these 3 phrases.
Phrase number 1. Gonna do ya.
Okay, that was phrase number 1. Let's just have that one more time.
Gonna do ya.
Okay, we're gonna do ya. Okay, that's great. Okay, great. Yep. Okay, let's have phrase number 2.
Ramp it up a little. Right, phrase number 2.
Yeah. What was... I did... Say that again. Phrase number 2 again, please. I think he might have orgasmed. I think he's brought himself off. Dirty boy.
Very sensual.
Dirty boy. Come on, phrase number 2 again, please. Do you need to clean up there? What's going on?
Foie.
That was it. Foie. Okay.
No. Phrase number 2.
I'll tell you what we'll do, Chuck. It's obviously it takes a lot out of him. Maybe he needs a fluffer.
I might just go.
Okay.
Just take a few minutes.
Yeah. Okay. We'll come back after the news, and we'll bring everybody, female listeners, to an orgasm. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This is the late night alternative on Talk Radio with me, Iain Lee, and Katherine Boyle. There we go.
Join the Talk Nation.
Dirty bastard.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Countdown to Brexit on Talk Radio with The Times. Know your times. The clock is ticking
Some
as the
water.
UK prepares to officially leave the European Union. Listen to the No Nonsense Breakfast with Julia Hartley-Brewer tomorrow morning from 6:30, when she'll be joined by Times journalists to discuss the latest Brexit developments. Don't just be informed, be well informed with debate, analysis and opinion from right across the political spectrum. Countdown to Brexit with Julia Hartley-Brewer, weekday mornings from 6:30 on Talk Radio with The Times.
This is the sound of someone with a million things to do waiting in. Your time is precious. We're with you. So our engineers call ahead to let you know when they're on their way. Search British Gas Home Care. 95% of engineers call ahead.
Isn't it annoying when your battery dies just as you're about to book those flights? Or when you're trying to stream your favourite show and it freezes just as you get to the good bit? At John Lewis, we've got an affordable range of laptops that won't let you down. They're fast, light and long-lasting, with SSD storage and powerful Intel processors. They also come with a 2-year guarantee included at no extra cost. And if you need a hand deciding which one is right for you, visit us at your local John Lewis to speak to one of our expert partners.
Did you know that in Munich, beer is considered a staple food? Or that there's an actual cave underneath Belgrade? And that nearly 3,000 euros are thrown into the Trevi Fountain in Italy each day? But here's the most amazing thing you should know. With Lufthansa's attractive fares, you can fly within Europe from £89. Book before April 30th for travel until the end of the year. Contact your travel agents or visit Lufthansa.com. Conditions apply. Non-stop you. Lufthansa.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio on the Hour News headlines.
Good evening, I'm Carl Hartley. Davina McCall says Dale Winton was a lovely, warm, kind, sensitive, generous soul with a touch of naughty. She's been paying tribute to the TV presenter who's died at his home earlier.
Russ in Lichfield has tweeted me. Oh, look at that.
Pour lemon for you, Doc.
Russ has tweeted, you are at times the most entertaining, fun-loving, entertaining presenter, but other times be insulting and obnoxious. You really are a curious creature, Ian. I've replied, and you're the dullest caller I've ever endured, and a prick.
What's that on? Twitter?
Twitter, yeah.
Do you want to try for it? And he said, well, I'll just be myself. And, of course, everybody loved him. And it went from strength to strength.
In other news, the Home Office says the number of Windrush cases it's investigating has more than doubled since yesterday. 113 people have called a government hotline with concerns about their migration status. Robert Winder, an author who's written about immigration, has told Talk Radio it's tragic all round.
So it is very embarrassing, it's very damaging to the British brand overseas. It makes us look like a bungling country, a bit of a shambles, as well as one that dislikes foreigners. So it's tragic all round, except for the fact that there's been good journalism here and it's come to light and it's going to end.
A pilot who safely landed a Southwest Airlines passenger plane
What's that?
jet engine ripped apart has been praised as
I always do. But the thing is, he was calling me a wanker on the Talk Radio Facebook page. He called me a wanker. He'll say he didn't. It was that emoji and a spur. So, the guy's a prick.
Union after Brexit. Lords voted by 348 to 225 in favour.
What a weirdo.
Requiring ministers
We'll get a phone call within the next 6 months.
And pregnant
Fucking
women
state of
and
him,
new mums
Jesus.
are missing out on mental health support. The Maternal Mental Health Alliance says nearly half of areas in the UK are lacking services which meet national guidelines. After a dry night for most, tomorrow will be
All his tweets are to Ian Collins and Nick Ferrari.
reaching around 26.
His face.
The late night
Yeah, that's the picture I want to represent me.
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
See, speakers up, speakers up, speakers up, speakers up. So I was going to play this at the start of the show, and I forgot. Remember we had, let me just get this queued up. Remember we had Max from Hollow Hand come in and played the brilliant song that we were playing all the time. Oh, now my computer's crashed. Well, he sent me the second single.
Yeah, thanks very much for this, by the way, because this afternoon he sent me a message saying,
Yep.
oh, their new single's brilliant.
Yep.
And I replied with, oh, which of course is the universal message for, so send it to me then.
Well, I didn't. I had it on CD. I had it on. What do you mean to? I could. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. I should have put that compact disc in the post and got it to you in a couple of days' time. And I'm sorry for not doing that, Catherine. I thought maybe you could wait until tonight's show and we could listen to it
with
here.
Everyone else. Thanks
Yes,
very much.
exactly.
What's the point?
Okay, right. Well, I'll tell you the point because it's. I don't know where it's gone. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, because it enough good. I'm always, because that first song was so good, I was a little bit worried and thought, oh, this could be a stinker. But the kid's a genius. Again, it sounds like an outtake from the Kinks' 1967, but it's two. I can't remember the name of the other song. I'll find it in a minute. But that is two storming singles. All he needs is one more storming single. First one was A World Outside. He needs one more storming single and he's a bona fide genius. That's all he needs, one more, because those two are brilliant. He's going to come on soon. We were chatting on email today. He's going to come on when the album's a bit more in shape, and he'll come in and do some songs.
He's great.
Bloody.
So young.
Yeah, I know. Me sick. Young, talented
Young
people.
and pretty.
Speaking of young, talented people, we were speaking to Chuck Winkle before the news. Maybe it's giving you time to loosen, belts and things at home. So, Chuck, you claim you can make a woman climax. Is it one specific woman or womankind?
Womankind.
You can make womankind orgasm with 3 phrases.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start again then. So let's have phrase number 1.
I'm gonna do you.
I'm gonna do ya. Okay. Catherine's looking a bit twingy.
Well, it's been a while. Let me warm up.
Okay. That's phrase number 1. Phrase number 2.
And number 2. Bang them titties together.
Oh my God!
What?
Just be careful with phrase number 3.
Bums away? Is she done?
Let's have phrase number 3. Catherine's.
You've made my ovaries retract. I don't know whether that's part of it.
Okay, let's have phrase number 3.
No. What?
Be careful.
My dick is long and tender.
Oh, God.
Oh. Hey. Yeah. Gonna do you.
All right, send it on now. All right, that's enough of that. Thank you very much indeed.
Don't encourage him. Is she all right?
I think she's fallen down the stairs.
Someone needs to pass her an inhaler, and quick. Someone pass her the inhaler.
Hang on a minute. Yes.
Yeah, let's carry on. Oh my God. She off again?
That's it, she's done.
Will you pack it in?
What's she saying? She said something
Yes.
Yes. There's another one. There we go. There's another one. Oh, nice.
I recommend prunes for that. It sounds like she's having a bit of trouble.
There's another one.
Oh no, come on.
All right, okay. Well, all right. Let's. All right. Let's. Here we go. Here we go. There's his. Hang on a minute. Okay, let's find. Let's see if we can find a male one. Here we go. There's a man orgasming. It's a man having an orgasm. Juicy.
Oh my God. Just when I thought this show couldn't get any more lowbrow, you astound me. Oh,
We're done now. Oh, no, we're not. I think we're done now. There we go.
Meanwhile, over on LBC.
There's me saying to my therapist today and tweeting stuff like, I really want to take this show to the next artistic level and I don't know how to do it. I don't know what it is. I feel that we're kind of being too generic and there's got to be something higher that we can strive for and something greater. And we've just played 1 minute, 5 seconds of farting. And I'm so tempted to click on the next link, which lasts for 3 minutes 47 and is entitled 101 Epic Fart Sounds. I'm so close. But I won't. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome to. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio. We've got entertainment and we're not.
Speakers off, please.
Talk Radio.
Get set for a getaway when we say, oh yeah, on Talk Radio with the
I'm going to play the computer over the adverts. Leave it up, please.
breakfast this Friday morning from 6:30 as she reveals how to make the most of the UK coast. Which holes are topping the polls and how you can have family fun for under a tenner. Don't miss Oh Yeah on Talk Radio with the Sun Holes Great Value Breaks from just £15. Great value breaks all year round. For more information,
Kate Robbins.
Huh?
Kate Robbins when he was multi-talented.
Sounds like Tina's letting one rip.
She's rolling.
With breakdown cover from the AA, we'll do whatever it takes to make sure your big wheels.
So childish.
Our mechanics usually fix your car within 30 minutes of arrival. Breakdown cover from the AA, because anything can happen.
From fitting taps to fixing fuse boxes, there's a local hero for that. And from plastering walls to painting windows, there's a local hero for that. It's easy to book a trusted tradesperson at localheroes.com. Plus, all work comes with a 12-month British Gas guarantee. Join the thousands across the UK who've already used a local hero. Search Local Heroes.
At DFS, sofas are handmade to order in your choice of colour. And now spring collection sofas are up to half price. But be quick, selected sofas end Monday. DFS.
So fucking
out of the blue for a pension review.
This is the one that Rebecca Brooks is going to tune into.
Into a SIP, self-invested personal pension.
Yes, I was.
You could be due thousands if you were missold. Money Redress are trusted claim specialists in pension and investment mis-selling. They'll manage the whole claim for you on a no payout, no fee basis, so you can't lose. Text WIN to 85077.
The radio show that knows truth is always stranger than fiction.
Week Monday, I get shoes.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Because they're too real to be part of my imagination.
Someone's ordering us stuff online. Just so you know. Just so 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. What a load of rubbish. What a load. We're award-winning broadcasters. Interestingly enough, I was good with Dale Winton dying because I was going to talk about Bill Roache dying. You seen this today?
No,
Bill Roache died, but he didn't. It was another one of these internet
rumours,
hoaxes that we were talking about with Peter Kay, and they kind of happen from time to time. And it was in some of the papers online, and some people were because someone tweeted me, I'm really angry about the Bill Roache hoax. Of course, I'm Googling Bill Roache hoax. And Bill Roache had died, except he hadn't died. It was one of those things that, and I don't know how you start it, but I guess if you if you say that all it is, this is a phrase I've nicked from Limmy, right? Because he would often tweet Donald Trump, and then he'd say afterwards, "You just need the right combination of words to start World War III. You just need the right." What he meant by that was the precise combination of words, as yet unknown, could have been enough to tip Donald Trump over the edge to launching nuclear missiles. And it's the same with these hoax deaths. You just need to phrase it in the right way so that it catches a lazy journalist, or we need more than that. You need a kind of celebrity to catch it and to tweet it, and then it takes on a life of its own, and then it becomes a thing. I was really fascinated, and I didn't see all of the story. See the thing about Ollie Moores? So Ollie Moores was in a shopping centre, right?
Is this when he started?
Yeah. So Ollie Moores was in a shopping centre, and then something happened, right? And something happened. There was a security alert of some kind, and Ollie Moores tweeted something like, "I'm in a shopping centre. Security have grabbed me. There's been gunshots." Right? And Piers Morgan called him out and said there haven't been gunshots, and Ollie said yes there had, and it became like a big thing. And I read
there were other people saying that they'd heard it.
No, yeah, but Ollie Moores said there have been gunshots. Right now, the implication from that is Ollie Moores has heard gunshots. Okay, and then it transpired that there hadn't been gunshots. Let's follow narrative A. Let's follow narrative A, the narrative put out there by the mainstream media and the authorities, the police and the fire brigade and the reporters, right? Narrative A was there had been no gunshots. It wasn't that kind of security thing.
The actual words they used were there was no evidence of gunshots.
Okay, but the narrative is there have been no gunshots, and nothing like that happened. So that's that. Then you've got narrative B, which is Ollie Moores then being interviewed in a newspaper saying, "I think there's been a cover-up, and there's something going on here. I didn't actually hear gunshots, but I was told that there had been gunshots." And I just find that fascinating. I tend to believe that there probably weren't gunshots, that there were bangs. You know, here's the thing. I don't actually know what a real gun sounds like. I've been blessed that I've never been near a gun being fired. I've seen them in films. Well, we found out on this show that silencers don't work. That's a myth. Silencers don't do that. They reduce the noise slightly, but maybe like a quarter.
Just muffle it.
It's still a bang. I've gone clay pigeon shooting, but that's not a proper. I've never heard a gun, so I don't know what a gun sounds like. People go, "Oh, I thought it was a car backfiring." The cars haven't backfired since 1978. I don't know what a gun sounds like. So, allowed, in moments of panic when there are people running, things fall over, things get hit, there are loud bangs, metal falling upon metal is, one of the unholiest noise I've ever heard is when a car hits another car. The sound that you get is it's like an explosion. If they're going at speed and they hit each other, that sounds like how I imagine a bomb would sound, because you've got metal crunching, you've got glass smashing, and so I don't know what a gun sounds like. I've got no idea. If anyone's got a gun that they could fire down the phone to me, that would be brilliant. 0344 499 1000. Good evening, Johnny.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very, very well. Thank you very much indeed.
Can I start by saying, oh my goodness?
Well, you can say it. Of course you can, sir.
I've been listening to your Ollie Moores story.
Yes.
Now, he's a bit of a troublemaker, right?
Right. Well, you say he's a troublemaker. Go on.
Well, he's very unpredictable.
Right.
He's all wrapped up in all this social media.
Right.
He just needs to grow up.
Well, what do you mean grow up?
Well, please don't let me go, right? Because he's been beautiful to me.
Oh.
Well, see, he's quoting Ollie Moore's songs.
Yeah.
Away you go, buddy. away you go, buddy. Go on.
I was doing well then.
Well,
you were doing. It sounded a bit robotic. You're doing something.
You were doing quite well. You were doing quite well.
What I wanted you to ring about is my friend Dave. My friend Dave has asked me. Well, he's been speaking to me in the public house tonight.
Yeah.
And he is very similar to Ollie Murs. He tweets and rings you, and he causes trouble where there wasn't trouble.
Okay, he's the fellow that called his mates idiots.
He,
Is that who it is?
he's the man who wears the fur coat to his dad's memory.
Oh, it's that idiot. Yeah, it's that idiot. It's that idiot. Pizzas.
Pornhub and sort of, are you in love with a racist toy?
Oh yeah. That was a great phone in.
And he asked me to get on to the app and listen to you guys tonight.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to ring in and say that's what I'm doing.
Well, okay. Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad it's worked.
It's worked, and I felt that I had to bring Ollie Murs into this because your producer put me on to your conversation about Ollie Murs, and
Yeah.
I happen to know a few of his songs.
Yeah. See, I couldn't name I could not name an Ollie Murs song. I couldn't do it.
Oh, Dear Darling, come on.
Is that one? Is Dear Darling one?
Yeah, you know that one.
I don't know it.
You know it.
I don't know it.
What's the most famous Ollie Murs song then?
I don't know if you just heard me, Johnny. I couldn't name an Ollie Murs song.
I'm trying to think of the most famous one now, but I can't think of it.
Well,
Dance With Me Tonight?
I don't know.
Well, that story with Piers Morgan, they had a bit of a... Because Piers jumps onto it, and he
Yeah.
always likes a bit of a battle, doesn't he?
Yes.
And Ollie Murs was in Selfridges, I think, and he basically tweeted because he saw a few people running.
Yeah.
And he got himself in a bit of trouble because actually it was two guys having a fight in the tube station or something.
Oh, was it?
Two blokes having a punch-up.
Yeah.
And basically a few people were running because no one likes the awkwardness of two drunk men having a fight.
No
And
one
then
likes that.
Before he knows it, Ollie Murs has tweeted, and everyone's evacuating Selfridges.
Well, he didn't cause the evacuation, though, did he?
No, I don't think he did, but
No.
he didn't help. And obviously, because he's such a public figure.
He's such a big star.
Yeah, and then obviously Pierce wanted to jump on it, and he saw this as a good chance to have a public argument with Ollie Murs. He's obviously a famous songwriter
Yeah.
with plenty of famous songs.
Well, here's the thing, though, right? I could not name an Ollie Murs song, but I tell you what, he sold more records than I've ever sold.
Well,
Ollie Murs has sold millions of records.
have you actually tried to sell a record?
I have actually. I'm still waiting for the final track, my interpretation of Despacito.
Despacito, are you fluent? Are you bilingual?
Yeah. Honestly, I've recorded. This isn't even a joke. I have recorded a version of Despacito, and I'm just waiting for the final mix, and then I'm going to release it.
Okay, and how many languages is it going to be in?
Well, it's in all three languages that the original version is in.
I don't think that we can continue this until we hear a bit of a rendition.
Well, no, I can't do Despacito. I don't know if I've got any of my songs on my, because I did do an album, and I was just waiting for the. Here we go. With this, it's not going to play, is it? Because I haven't got me hard. You'll just have to take my word for it. Despacito, yeah. What?
What by Louis Fonsi?
Yeah, I don't.
And Daddy Yankee, yeah.
Yes.
That's the first song you decided to put onto your album.
Well, it's the last one. The first one I put onto the album was "Shout Out to My Ex."
Okay, so and how many records do you need to sell to sort of retrieve the expense and blood, sweat, and tears?
I would like to sell 10 million copies, But to break even, I need to sell 27 copies. It was all done very, very cheaply.
Okay, I just don't think any song that starts with A, Fonzie, Die, oh yeah, is going to get you 10 million copies.
Okay, mate. Well,
Fonzie's not on it, is it? So
Johnny, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see, mate. Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome to. So, as well as Dale Winton dying and Bill Roache not dying, I read... where is it? Right. Where's the headline? How many languages die? Oh, no, I've got that wrong. I'll tell you. Every 2 weeks, a language dies.
Oh, really?
That's sad, isn't it?
I guess.
What?
It's evolution.
I thought you would be rimming languages.
Well, the successful ones. Can't be doing with failing languages, no.
But first of all, every 2 weeks, I thought that I thought there were only 112 languages. No. How many do you think there are?
They're like, I reckon there's probably about a few thousand.
Well, I need a few thousand is very non-specific.
Okay. Well, 8,700.
7,000.
Oh.
Every 2 weeks, a language dies. Wikitongues wants to save them, right? Okay, this is from the National Geographic. I'm so well read, me. On a residential block at the border between Brooklyn and Queens, Goethe Hall. By the way, we're going to go and see Chaz and Dave on Friday. We're not in on Friday. We're going to go and see Chaz and Dave. Apparently, it's Howard Hughes filling in for us. 3 hours of bullshine.
Like for like swap.
So here we go. Here we go. Look, listen to these people speaking. See, look, listen to this. Listen to this. Hang on. Here we go.
Ja, aber muss man mir nicht erzählen. Muss man mir am leichtesten. Muss erzählen, aber die ist ein Spruch. Ich auch gleich, wenn man Kinder früher lernt, oder ganz am leichtesten. Oude Leute hebben de Spruch echt mehr worden leichter.
Could you make any of that out?
Was that like some sort of Nordic language?
It was. It's Germanic. It's called. It's Goethe. Gotchirish.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's a great old language.
We zijn boeren in Derfland afgeboxt. En met een gewoon typisch afgeboxt. Ik ben daar 6 jaar opgedaan. En heb gewoon across in Derfland. In Kutjev. Ja.
Okay, right. So what's happened is this Wikitongues is okay. This is good. Wikitongues and also this thing called National Geographic Society's Enduring Voices. They're recording these languages and then storing them. The Wikitongues are storing them at the American Folklife Centre.
Oh right. So these languages that are spoken in America.
Well, America is such a melting pot, or is it a salad bowl of cultures that yes, but then they go around. I think they go around the world. Here we go. They go around. Priceless documentation opportunities disappear regularly. Not long ago, one of the last 2 speakers of a Sami language dialect in the Russian steppes died right before his recording session.
Gosh.
Gutted.
Literally a dying language.
Some 500 languages could slip through their grasp in the next 5 years, they estimate. Political persecution, a lack of preservation, and globalisation are to blame for the dwindling language diversity. For much of the 20th century, governments across the world have imposed language on indigenous people, often through coercion. 100 Aboriginal languages in Australia have disappeared since European settlers arrived. A half-century after China annexed Tibet, dozens of distinct dialects with unique alphabets are on the verge of extinction. I think that's sad, man. I think that's Goethe Hall is I think that's sad. But then they've said that they've resurrected some that Yiddish Where was it? Hebrew was extinct from the 4th century BC to the 1800s, and Catalan only bloomed during a government transition in the 1970s.
Well, that's because it was forbidden to speak it.
Right, but it would have been underground, would it?
Yeah, so like we did to the Welsh, if you spoke during Victorian times, for example, if you spoke Welsh in the classroom, you'd have to put this thing round your neck called the Welsh knot.
No!
You were punished for
Wow!
it. And so, they tried to sort of drum it out, which is why, the Welsh are protective. Some parts of Wales are very protective of their language.
Well, when I was in Wales, they were all speaking it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was incredible.
But the same happened in Catalonia, but of course it was a fascist regime in charge, so it was slightly more suppressed than just putting something around your neck as a kid to embarrass you.
In 2001, more than 40 years after the last native speaker died, the language of Oklahoma's Miami tribe started being learnt by students at Miami University in Ohio. There's no point in learning that. That seems just a little bit showing off, isn't it? Go out and play a video game or something. The internet has connected rare language speakers with each other and with researchers. Even texting has helped formalise languages that don't have a writing system. Here we go. Knowing they wouldn't be able to record or even locate the majority of these languages themselves, Wicked Tongues has enlisted a network of volunteers in 40 countries to film native speakers talking in the past. Oh, this is great. Talking in the past, present and future tenses of their mother language. To get a range of tones and emotions, they're asked to reminisce about childhood, talk about romance and discuss their hopes and goals, and say 3 sentences they think will bring a woman off. One volunteer in the South Pacific islands of Vanuatu recorded a language that had never been studied by linguists. Another tracked down a speaker of Ainu, a rare indigenous language in Japan that is an isolate. You know what that means? Meaning it bears no relation to any other known language. Wow! I want to know about isolated languages. That is the most incredible thing.
But also the ones that are related, even though they're miles and miles apart. Do you know about this one?
Go on.
Cornish can be understood in some parts of Russia.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's related to the Basque language as well, because it's all ancient Celtic languages.
Yeah.
So it sort of shows that the people who were once together have sort of dispersed to these
Travelled off, ended up thousands of miles apart.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It is. But that they can still understand each other.
I want to know more about how many isolated languages are there? This is incredible. Wow, I find that incredible. I don't know why. I struggle. I struggle with language. English, as well as foreign. But I find that isolated languages that bear no relation to any others.
Also, what I really like is when you find out the sort of relationships and the different words and where they come from. Like in Japanese arigato.
Yeah.
It comes from. It's either comes from the Portuguese or the Portuguese comes from theirs. Obrigado.
Oh. Well, just to commemorate that, I have a glass here full of water. I'm going to play it. Ready? Hang on,
I don't think you've got enough purchase with your finger.
Oh, I don't want to knock it over the... Here we go.
Hold it down. I think your finger's too wet.
It's supposed to be wet.
Not that wet. That's stopping. That's going over.
I think it's a crap glass. Let's go to... let's get a Gavin. Big Gav. Gavin man. Arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. All right, that's actually getting quite offensive now. Yes.
Well, you were doing it as well.
No, I wasn't. I was saying words and you started making noises. Right, what?
I know Japanese as well as you do.
At the end you didn't. You were just making noises.
Sorry, my father is a sensei.
You what?
My father is a sensei.
Okay, that doesn't mean that you were still making noises.
Yeah, so are you. You were just shouting.
No, I was saying actually.
I'm not here for a row. No.
Well, okay, but just to clarify, I was actually saying Japanese words. You started off saying Japanese words, then you started making Japanese noises. Anyway, so that's that. Right, so let's move on now. What have you got for us?
Right, absolutely nothing, mate.
Sorry?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, well, thanks very much for calling, Gavin. There we go. Let's go to David. Well, Jesus. Good evening, David. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's the nut job half hour. Hello, David. David, I can't hear you. Could you maybe speak into the telephone with your mouth instead of your anus? Could you say that in English? Bushday. Bushday Kalabaska. Yes. Right. Yes. No. This is awkward, isn't it? Hmm. No. Right. Bushday. No Bushday. No Chris. Bushday Master. No. Bushday Master. Ungi Bushday Master. Franklin? Yes. There's one, yes. I tell you what, David. David, why don't you say hello to my friend Jerry?
Hello, how are you doing? Iain. I'll tell you what you say, mate. I can't understand you. I'm sorry, I'm not being racist or anything, but I just can't understand you. I know basic English, that's about a lot. Failed with GCSE, because I was in the record shop during the exam, buying Nose Till Brooklyn by the Beastie Boys 12-inch. Forgot completely about me English, and failed. He got no result. So, don't know what's better. It's good. What's good?
Okay. Good evening, Jerry. What you got for us?
I said Joe Winton.
Yes.
I saw him at Macclesfield train station once.
Oh.
Hiding in the station master's office, like the kids who were asking.
For autographs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things happen.
I used to work. Have you ever worked in a supermarket? Have you ever worked in a supermarket?
Have I worked in? Of course, I worked in B Jams and Safeways.
Safeways.
Safeways, everything you want from a store, and a little bit more.
I used to work in a Shoppers Champion.
Oh.
Quick sailors. There's a thing as a free carry bag. They were ahead of their times, weren't they?
Yeah. I worked in the bakery at Safeways. Some of the worst, most miserable hours of my life were spent working in Safeways. I didn't booby trap them, no. But if my mum was coming, I put double jam in.
Oh, these booby trap them, put 2 holes in. They should have done 1 hole, could be all up, and then you square it.
No, not my ones. My ones had 1 hole because you had to get the donuts, and there was a machine with like 2 spikes, and you'd spike 2, press the button, fills it up with jam, and I'd double fill it for my mum.
Hey, but that's really show and just to booby trap them. Amazing things to me. Sounds to me new tablet regime, yeah.
You haven't started it.
The prescription hasn't come through from the doctor, said they can't do it because the doctor has to send the Marchart through.
Oh,
The
man.
Marchart, slate to the Marchart.
Oh, man alive.
My life's quality didn't come before Marchart. Drug has to be delivered by the Marchart. Marchart's God.
What are you... now I don't... now it sounds like we're speaking to David again.
David.
The previous caller.
Please don't do it. I'm sorry about last night. It was a bit weird last night. I was on one. I was really on one last night.
Yes.
And a bit crackers.
Yeah, well...
But I'm all right now. I'm still a bit crackers. How's Kath doing?
I'm all right. I'm not quite as crackers as you.
No, she never will be.
You don't know about
You can try.
I will.
Hey, do you make some big Christmas?
Christmas? What are you talking about Christmas for? It's April, you pudding.
Got to start early.
Oh, get stuffed. Jerry, thank you very much.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Ta-ta. 03444991000. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
A radio star.
Ross is a fucking bellend.
You're going to love
So what did you get?
Talk Radio.
At Volvo
email
Select,
saying that it was
every
coming.
used car has undergone over 100
That
checks.
is about later.
They are fitted only with genuine Volvo parts and the very latest software available. So perhaps used is not quite the right word. Maybe upgraded is better. Visit a Volvo Select retailer from the 20th to the 23rd of April for an exclusive used car event and get 0% APR finance plus 2-year servicing for $199 on our approved upgraded cars.
Offer available on used vehicles up to 4 years old bought to participating retailers. Finance subject to status. 50% minimum deposit. Minimum £6,000 to finance. 18s or over. T's and C's apply. Guarantees may be required. Volvo Car Financial Services.
Guess what? I just got a pay rise.
I got a pay rise too. And so did I.
That's because on the 1st of April, the national minimum wage
And the national living wage both went up.
What's more, it's your legal right to receive it.
Find out if you're due a pay rise too. Check your pay at gov.uk/check your pay.
The national minimum wage.
And the national living wage. It's a step up in pay.
Gig's over. Pour out into the night. 200 people disappear into the darkness. Should have brought my coat. Ears ringing. T-shirt sticking to me. Not ready for bed. Text from mates. Time to regroup.
Ross from Lichfield. I've never seen such a thick cunt in my life. Fucking state of him.
No need to think.
Fucking boring. Remember how boring his calls were? Jesus. And how personally he'd take everything. The guy's got no sense of humour. When you hear him phoning up other radio stations, fucking hell. He's a fucking nut job. He's a fucking nut job and a boring arsehole. And he hasn't got the balls to phone in. That's the thing. What a twat. No, losing Russ was the greatest thing that ever fucking happened to this show.
I'm Howard Hughes. Join me this Sunday night from 10 for a trip into the outer limits.
Untwist the lid on Talk Radio's specimen jar of the psychic, the supernatural, and the simply unexplained. The Unexplained with Howard Hughes. Sunday night from 10, Earth time, on Talk Radio. No rules nocturnal nattering for night birds, nurses, and Nosferatu.
All right, cool.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
I'm being trolled by a man in his 50s who uses emojis. I mean, God, dear listener, remember how dull Russ from Lichfield was as a caller? My God. You know, I can weave gold from thin air, but Jesus, with Russ, it was no wonder I go through severe periods of depression when I have to talk to people like that. And now he's tweeting me. I don't know why. He popped like every 6 months. I think he's obsessed. I think he's got a crush on me. And he just knows that the other radio shows he listens to, they just don't do it for him. They don't do it for him. But Russ, I know you're listening. Stop being a baby. Stop tweeting me like a 15-year-old schoolgirl. And phone up and we'll talk about it. And I'll treat you with respect. You won't treat me with respect. You call me a winker on the Talk Radio Facebook page. That's the level you're at. That's fine. So 0344 499 1000. But you won't because Flipping idiot. Oh, man. I hope he doesn't. The dullest caller we've ever had to deal with on this show. Getting rid of him was the best thing that ever happened to us. Good evening, Matt.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Matt. What you got for us tonight?
Oh, I just wanted to share a little bit of drama that happened to me today. Well, not to me necessarily, but opposite my flat
Yes.
in Manchester. I went to go out about 2 o'clock this afternoon and was met at the door by a policeman who says I wasn't allowed to leave.
Oh, under house arrest, like Winnie Mandela was for a while.
Yeah, they came up. They finally caught up with me.
Yep.
It turned out what had happened was that the Institute of Biotechnology is over the road from my building, and they found an unstable chemical in there, which apparently was at risk of about to explode.
Right.
Yeah, so they instituted what is termed a major incident, which in police terms means that everyone has to drop everything and run towards the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
So they were
Well, hang on a minute. But surely I wouldn't want to stay in my house. I would want to get in my car and drive 100 miles that way.
Yes, I did want to do that, but they said that no one was allowed outside, and all the roads were closed around my flat. There was no getting through. All the roads were blocked with fire engines and ambulances. And
Wow.
The bomb squad turned up in a big white truck to take this stuff away.
Why was it going to explode?
Well, apparently it's something called butyl lithium, which is a chemical which, if it's exposed to air, it bursts into flames and explodes.
Yeah.
And so it has to be handled very carefully. But this stuff apparently has been left sitting around for a few years, and people had forgotten it was there, and then someone just came across it in a cupboard or something, and everyone panicked. And so so for about 4 hours this afternoon, all the streets around my building were completely shut down, and there were police cars and ambulances, and as I say, the bomb squad turned up.
Wowzers.
Very exciting.
Wowzers. Excitement. So what did you do? Okay, well, what did you do for the 4 hours that you were locked in your house?
I opened the door onto my balcony, which kind of sort of overlooks the building, and
Yes.
I made myself a very large gin and tonic, and I sat down
You got boozed
and
up.
waited for the excitement to start, but it
It didn't happen. There was no bombing. There was no explosions.
Nothing. No, it was exciting at the end when there was, I think, about a 17-car convoy of police cars all escorting this bomb squad truck as it drove this stuff away. But that was about it. But I had a nice little sit on the balcony in the sunshine and had a gin and tonic, and it was all very peaceful.
Okay.
It meant that I didn't have to go out and do something I didn't want to do anyway.
Matt, thank you very much indeed. I'm glad that got sorted. Good evening, Bill.
Hello.
Hello, Bill.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Bill.
Hello, I'm there.
Well, you weren't there.
You were there.
Oh, so sorry. I was on loudspeaker because I was running downstairs.
Why were you running down the stairs?
Just 'cause I'm coming down here, innit? I've just been upstairs having a shower and whatnot.
Love it. He's clean at last.
I'm always clean.
Well, you sound dirty.
Well, only slightly.
Okay.
30.
Dirty 30. So what's going on in your world? The land of Bill. Imagine that land. It would be a lot of stoned people singing stuff and failing at relationships.
Oh dear. No, it's going well. I started talking therapy and stuff.
Hey, nice one. How's that going?
I've done my first one, and I don't know. I've spoken to other people who've been in it. I was kind of defensive in it, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
But do you know when you're just polite?
Yeah.
Sort of like, you know how men are when you go to the doctors and they're like, oh, so how are you? And you just sit there and go, I'm fine. You're like, what an idiot, I'm in the doctor's.
Well, it's funny because I've never had that. At first session I go to with a new therapist, and I've been through a few, I'll tell them, straight, within the first 20 minutes, I've told them everything. To the point where they're sort of either looking at me thinking, God, this guy's we're never going to fix him, or how are we going to stretch out the rest of the session? Because so it's funny. I'm always surprised when people say, well, I didn't really say anything. I can't stop talking to. I tell the person on the bus I'm feeling suicidal.
Well, it's mad, isn't it? It's crazy how it sort of affects you. It's horrible because it's affecting me in my behaviour and stuff. But I don't want to go off sick and whatever.
No. Okay. Well done for going. And now, is this through the NHS?
Yeah.
So have you got do you get like 3 months worth of sessions for free or something?
I've only been one. I think they said something like 12, so that's free, isn't it? No, that's 4. I think I get 12. I don't think I have to pay for it.
That's 3 months.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Because it's every other week I've got to do it. I need to work it out, actually.
That's 6 months then.
Well.
Yeah?
No, because...
You've got 12 sessions. One every other week. That's 6 months, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Bloody hell, you're going to give me plenty of reason to talk to him about. But how are you, sir? You're sounding very, you sound in a goodish place.
Do you know where I am? I'll tell you what, I'm all right. The weather today was fantastic, right? So picked up my kids from, they were like at a club today, picked them up, and we went and played in the Pirate Park for an hour and a half. Then we went home and we played some Fortnite with their cousin online. Where am I? I'm in a weird place, Bill, if you want to know. All right, you've asked. I'm in a weird place, okay? I'm kind of in a limbo because, you know, when you're getting divorced, there's like a long period of time when you can't really do it. Nothing really changes or happens. No. And so I kind of, you know, for everyone... And I'm living in this sort of little bed sit, right, as a temporary holding pen, because I don't know money. I don't know how much money I've got and stuff like that. And I don't know if I can get any money out of the house, you know, all of this stuff, because so many people are involved. So I'm kind of in this limbo where I can't do anything. And I'm really champing at the bit, and I want to kind of buy somewhere that's a bit nicer that I can bring my kids round to. And I kind of think that when I get that, I'll be a bit more sorted and stuff. And I'm feeling that I'm not artistically living up to what I know I can achieve. And so I'm feeling a bit lost.
You've got to remember, you can only deal with your personal. You can't. You're doing a great job anyway, job-wise. But
yeah, yeah.
You shouldn't beat yourself up about your show's content, because you know it's you know, you've got to deal with everything else.
Well, no, I know, but I know, and with everything else that's going on, I think the show is bloody good. But also, kind of what everything else is going on, it's sort of irrelevant to the people who are at home listening. They want a 3-hour good show. And I think that me and Kath are delivering good shows, but already I feel like we're kind of getting into a bit of a routine, and I know we can do better. I know we can do better, but I just don't quite know what I've got to do to get there, to make it better. So there's that, and I'm feeling a little bit, you know, I'm feeling a little bit wobbly around, like, you know, chemicals and things like that, and so I'm keeping an eye on that stuff. And there's all this life stuff going on that I kind of thought at 44, nearly 45, I'd kind of sorted it out, but actually I haven't, and probably, you know, won't sort it out for a long time. So that's where I am, Bill. You did ask.
No, I don't mind. I'm glad. I'm happy to ask you. No, to be fair, well, I'm not 44, obviously, but
all right, mate.
Well, and I'm not getting divorced, but
all right, mate.
I know about the limbo thing. And
yeah.
Sort of creative things and boredom and.
What do you do creatively? Because you're a creative person, right? But how do you express that in your life?
Well, I do just a normal job. I like to. Well, it's weird at the minute. I'm getting quite uptight and angry and about stuff, and there's people around me who I trust, and I sort of realise I'm quite funny with it, so I end up just making people laugh with my outbursts. But just random stuff. I'm a typical Gemini, man. I sort of start one thing, and then I'm starting something else, and then something else, and then I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm a typical Gemini, because I start so many things, and you know, it's like this. I'm making this little TV show in my room, right? This happened. Right? It's on YouTube.
I heard you say.
And
is it on there?
They've done 2 episodes, right? And they're kind of a technical exercise to see if, because I've got a green screen, so I'm learning how to use the green screen. I'm sort of learning how to use the Final Cut editing software and all of this stuff, right? So it's technical. But then I was just thinking today that the show itself isn't actually very good. And it's just very generic, you know, it's just anyone could be doing that show. And I want it to be I want it to be a true representation of my soul, but I don't actually know how to convey that in a televisual format. So I don't know. I tell you what, I've been really inspired by watching this Gary Shandling documentary. It's inspired me to want to achieve more and be better at what I do. And I'm just struggling to work out exactly how to do it.
You're trying to find your path.
I've known this for a long time. Bill is a very wise person. Yeah, I'm trying to find my path.
And you're tripping up and you're falling down wells, but you're still going towards that path.
Oh, you couldn't let it lie, could you, Bill?
Got to mention the well. Unbelievable. Bill, listen, I've got to go to the news. It's nice to talk to you, mate.
God bless you.
Thank you, fella. There we go. Bill is a very wise soul in a young body. I like Bill a lot. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. It's a good show tonight. I'm enjoying tonight. It's crackling along at a fair pace. Another hour to go. This is the late night alternative with Iain Lee and Katherine Boyle. You can listen to us on DAB. You can download the app or go to talkradio.co.uk.
Talk Radio.
Alistair's on one, isn't he?
Yeah, I told him to go to bed.
Yeah, I saw.
On Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
I sense it's...
Pertemps recruitment. Opportunity is closer than you
He
think.
can also fuck off.
Places you always wanted to be, and it's around every corner. So if you're looking for your next permanent, temporary or contract opportunity, pop into one of our 200 local offices or search Pertemps online. Pertemps.
I mean, he's getting annoyed about something that happened yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Beer is considered a staple food.
I bet he's watching yesterday's show.
Underneath Belgrade, and that nearly 3,000 euros are thrown into the Trevi Fountain in Italy each day. But here's the most amazing thing you should know. With Lufthansa's attractive fares, you can fly within Europe from £89. Book before April 30th for travel until the end of the year. Contact your travel agents or visit lufthansa.com. Conditions apply. Non-stop you. Lufthansa.
Tradesman, with Direct Line, you can get public liability insurance from £54. Based on
Phone.
terms of customers from the 1st of May 2017 to the 31st of October 2017. Includes add-ons.
The countdown has begun. This Friday, it's a EuroMillions super jackpot. And there's a stratospheric £110 million up for grabs. Get your ticket. Winning this Friday would be out of this world. EuroMillions from the National Lottery. Estimated jackpot, rules and procedures apply. Players must be 16 or over.
With the World Cup almost here, Red Driving School wants you, and we're offering a special deal to join our team. There's never been a better time to pull on your instructing boots, as demand for driving lessons is rising. Instructor earnings are increasing. It's an open goal. Imagine first-rate training and support through to full qualification. Then work the hours you want, when you want. Come on, there's room on the red team sheet for you. For details, visit reddrivingschool.com.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio, on the hour news headlines.
Good evening, I'm Carl Hartley. Tributes are being paid to TV presenter Dale Winton, who's died aged 62. The presenter was best known for hosting ITV game show Supermarket Sweep from 1993 to 2000.
Supermarket Sweep.
Blues singer Anthony Costa says he's absolutely devastated. One of the most kindest men you could ever
Anthony
meet.
Costa's on the line to
Lena
talk
McCall
sport.
says he was a generous soul.
One of the most kindest
A total
men, he
of
said.
113 Windrush cases are now being investigated by the Home Office. A helpline has been set up to help people regularise their immigration status following warnings they could be deported unless they can prove they're entitled to be here in the UK. Labour MP David Lammy's parents were among them. He says the whole debate around immigration has got to change.
I know that they would expect me to speak up. And I know how proud they were of this country and how sad they would be of this moment. We've not got to the place that we need to as a nation.
A predatory hairdresser with HIV who embarked on a deliberate campaign to
Predatory
infect men
hairdresser
in
makes him
net
sound
on a
like
gay
he was
dating app
chasing people down and
has been
cutting
given
their
a life sentence. Darryl Rowe was sentenced to a minimum jail term of 10 years at Brighton Crown Court. Peers have inflicted a first defeat on the government over flagship Brexit legislation amid claims they're attempting to prevent the UK
what's playing
leaving
there?
the EU. The revolt was over two amendments which sought to retain the option of a customs union with the EU. And after a winter that never seemed to end, the UK has enjoyed the hottest day of the year so far. Temperatures of 25 Celsius were recorded in Gravesend, Kent and central London. Well, it's going to be similar tomorrow, to be honest. A dry night will be followed by another warm and sunny day. Highs will reach around 26.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
World Outside, that came out ages ago, and we flipping love that song. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. It's the Late Night Alternative. Hang on a second. I don't need to introduce us. I forgot that we've got these.
You've heard him on the radio. You've seen him on television. You've heard him on the podcast. Live in London, Iain Lee.
That's me, but who's the woman?
And you heard her on Three Counties. You heard her on Talk Radio. Number one lady, Miss Katherine Boyle.
Catherine Boyle.
God, how do we get the X Factor guy to do the voice?
Number one lady, Miss Catherine Boyle. 0344 499 1000. Here every Monday to Friday on Talk Radio. Listen on DAB. Download the app or go to talkradio.co.uk or get a very unique view of Up My Nose if you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Iain Lee, and subscribe, and you can join in with the chat there. Let's go to Ty. Good evening, Ty.
Hey, Ian.
Hey, man.
So I was prompted to call in
Okay.
now when you mentioned the Gary Shandling thing.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen it?
I recommended it to you on Periscope.
Oh!
last week.
Oh, okay.
And I meant to call you sort of a bit nearer the time, and then I never really got around to it, and you were busy and whatever.
Yes.
So I thought it'd be kind of past it. But then when I heard you mention it now, and that you're sort of inspiring you, I just thought I'd call up and...
Claim some of the glory.
Well, no, explore that a little bit more, because that's why I recommended it to you. I thought you'd really...
Thank you. Well, first of all, thank you for recommending it, and thank you to everyone else, because loads of people recommended it to me. So I don't know who the first person was. It may have been you. I don't know.
It was me.
Are you definite about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because when you were periscoping last week, and you were talking to me and asking me what it was called.
Oh, there we go. Right, in that case, it was this guy.
Are you sucking on a plum or something? There's a lot of lapping going on.
Sorry, I was having a drink, Catherine. I was a bit dry mouth.
He's got a dry... This fella, hey, this is my mate Ty. He's got a dry mouth. Ty's famous for his dry mouth. He's actually got a disease that gives him a dry mouth. So,
Dear.
yeah, so that's actually quite uncomfortable.
We'll lap away then.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You lap it up like a...
I'm done. I've lapped. My bowl is clear.
Okay, he's cleared his bowl. Good lad.
I can talk freely of the lap.
I thought it was because I've got the box set of the Gary Shandling show and the British box set, not the American box set, unfortunately, of the Larry Sanders show.
Right.
And I'm kind of like a third of the way through both of them, and then life got in the way. So I've always loved them. I was aware I was kind of ahead of the Gary Shandling curve, because they showed a really brief clip in it, and he mentions that he did some short films for Michael Nesmith, and I kind of saw those. It was for a TV series that wasn't actually that good, called Television Parts, and I'd seen those, so I'd been aware of him. I was ahead of the Gary Shandling curve, is what I'm trying to say.
Well done.
So I'd say so. Yeah, I just found it inspiring, and I found it moving, and I found it annoying that Sasha said that Seinfeld was on BBC One when it wasn't. It was on BBC Two.
Yeah.
Found that annoying. That kind of grated at me.
Did it?
Yeah, it grated at me, because I thought, no, it's BBC Two, mate. But apart from that, I'm not bitter. But I found it was good. It's inspired me to create better things.
It was very sort of. I was kind of opened up to the fact that how driven he was.
Yep.
And sort of how manic he was, and because I'd only seen those two shows that you mentioned when I was young.
Yeah.
Not recently. That's all the kind of memory I had, and I didn't realise how interwoven Larry Sanders was with the Tonight Show and all of that.
Oh, well, I got that. I didn't know that the series where he's falling out with his agent was based on what was actually going on, where he was suing his agent for $100 million in real life.
Absolutely. And then I think he took 10, didn't he, the settlement, so all that kind of stuff, all the behind-the-scenes stuff, and all the stuff when he was at the Comedy Store back in the 70s.
Yeah.
You'd get the kind of shots, and there was people that he was mixing with that I didn't realise, because I'm 47, so you know, I was kind of too young to really get his history. And it was amazing to see how he was all linked in with all those people. Within comedy.
I don't like him as a stand-up. I don't like his stand-up, if I'm completely honest. I don't think... it's the same with Seinfeld, right? I loved the Seinfeld show, but Seinfeld as a stand-up, there's something about that... All right, I'm going to say it. They've both got really massive lips and really big... toothy grins, right, that's permanently on their faces, both of them, and I just can't get beyond those physical traits and thinking they look they look really insincere because they're the kind of people that their faces are just in a big toothy grin all the time, and it looks insincere to me.
Well, I'll give you something to think about on that. When you were saying that, I was thinking toothy grins, right?
Yeah.
What about Chris Rock?
What about what?
I mean, Chris Rock.
Well, but Chris Rock, I think is in my opinion, and I know this goes, there are millions of other people that would agree with me. I've not seen much Chris Rock stand up, but he seems like a much more natural stand up to me. I don't.
He's really, really funny, but he has this sort of permanent,
Well,
toothy grin on when he's.
Well, maybe it's. Well, I don't know. Then maybe I'm drawing too much. I'm just not convinced by Seinfeld or Shandling when they do stand up.
I agree. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the stand-up, but the Larry Sanders Show, I love the
Yeah.
Larry Sanders Show.
Yes.
And it's only seeing it now through this documentary, realising how close it was to real life, that I think is why it has sort of had that impact, because it was so real.
Yeah.
And that's why I just wondered sort of what you thought. It was long as well, like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, but I'm not. But I'm of a generation that can sit through 4.5 hours in one go without even getting up for a waz.
Did you do it in one?
I did it in two. Because I had difficulty. I watched it through nefarious means, and I'm not proud of it. But I think it's one of those things that needs to be watched. So I did it. I did it in two. But 4.5 hours. I mean, come on, guys, that's nothing to an old man like me.
I know. And also, I wanted to mention I was listening to your podcast from Monday earlier, the Thorny Mallet.
Oh yes.
And you sound like you're having a lot of fun. And just when you were talking to that chap before, when you were opening up a little bit about your sort of creativity and where you are, I thought for what it's worth, that whole section with her.
Yeah, that was it.
Was really reminiscent of your sort of Absolute days, when I think you sort of tend to get a bit more involved in that way, and I thought it was fantastic.
What do you mean by get a bit more involved in that way? I don't know what that sentence means.
Well, you sort of really went with her or for her, and in a fun way, and you kept it going for quite a while, and it was just sort of fun. I think you were just sort of playing with her, and it was fun.
It wasn't malicious at all. But that can only happen. That specific event, there was so much, that was based on luck. The fact that she was calling the wrong radio station, that doesn't happen. That doesn't, the fact that I had said, all right, we're going to do the last 45 minutes straight to air, which I kind of vowed I wasn't going to do, but we did. So that means that when she phoned, she came straight through to me. The fact that she didn't get she was calling another radio station. Yeah. There were so many factors at play that stuff. Well, but that's exactly. But that. There were two calls with her, and those two calls were a combination of 1,001 different factors all aligning. So you can't manufacture that. You can't predict that. And also, you say it kind of harks back to the Absolute stuff. I don't really remember the Absolute stuff. Even though I was there longer than I was at LBC, I always consider LBC kind of the more important out of those two. And also, I'm 10 years older, so I don't want to go back to that stuff. I want to have that stuff as part of my history, and it be a garage of tools that I can kind of pop in and get a few things out if I need to. But I think the show now, and you may disagree, and that's fine, but I think the show now, when it's at its best, is like a million times certainly better than the Absolute show. For most of the time I was at Absolute, I was going through the motions. The first year, I'd lost my confidence after LBC. Then we kind of hit a sweet spot for about a year. Then the last, however long I was there, 18 months, I was basically doing everything I'd done the previous year, and I felt tired, and I felt like I was copying myself and recycling myself. And although I was heartbroken when they let me go, I was really, really relieved because I thought the show had run its course.
Well, I'll tell you from my listening point of view,
Yes.
those things that you mentioned about the repetitiveness and for me as a listener, that's one of the things that I enjoyed in that time because I like that part of your spiel. I like that part of your repertoire. It's what makes me tick, and I really like that. So, and I get that you want to sort of move on and do all of that, and that's obviously fine. But it's like an old rock band coming on the stage. You want to hear some of the old stuff, don't you? You want to hear some of the golden oldies. So, not that I'm requesting it, but the fact that it evolved into something like that just made me hark back to those days, and I thought I'd mention it. How much I enjoyed it.
Thank you, man. Thanks for the recommendation. I really appreciate it. I'm just going to block this twat on Twitter. I never said I was bullied, by the way, guys. I never said I was bullied. Just to clarify that again. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio. Talk and entertainment across the nation.
Talk Radio.
Give it some lift.
Did you know that in Munich, beer is considered a staple food? Or that there's an actual cave underneath Belgrade? And that nearly 3,000 euros are thrown into the Trevi Fountain in Italy each day? But here's the most amazing thing you should know. With Lufthansa's attractive fares, you can fly within Europe from £89. Book before April 30th for travel until the end of the year. Contact your travel agents or visit lufthansa.com. Conditions apply. Non-stop you. Lufthansa.
The countdown has begun. This Friday, it's a EuroMillions super jackpot. And there's a stratospheric £112 million up for grabs. Get your ticket. Winning this Friday would be out of this world. EuroMillions from the National Lottery. Estimated jackpot, rules and procedures apply. Players must be 16 or over.
With breakdown cover from the AA, we'll do whatever it takes to make sure your big wheels keep on turning. Our mechanics usually fix your car within 30 minutes of arrival. Breakdown cover from the AA, because anything can happen.
A star-crossed soapbox for sailor boys, stable girls,
I'm on the edge.
and stripper grands.
It depends who you're with and it depends on the situation.
Late night speech radio with a difference.
Thank you.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Matthew on YouTube, I've just started. Could you do me a favour? We're going to do something that I might regret. Everybody all the users that are hidden, could you unhide them? Let's give everyone a royal pardon, shall we, Matthew? I've just started. I've done a few, but there's still quite a few. So if we can go and so if you have been blocked from commenting on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Iain Lee, in about 5 minutes. You will be... Is that all right, Matthew? If you just send me a little message on the screen so I can see that that's okay. And Jeff, you can go and help as well if you want. In about 5 minutes' time, you will be free. You will be relieved, and you will be back. And that will happen. That is because I am benevolent. I'm a very benevolent human being, and bring the Nazis back, Matthew. Bring them all back. Bring them all back. I've blocked about 780 people on Twitter, and I looked at unblocking them all, apart from maybe 5. Including that nut job who turned up on Saturday night. I was going to unblock them all, just to see what happened, because now they don't mean anything to me. But there's no way of doing a mass. There's no way of doing a mass unblock on YouTube. So I thought, stuff it then. Oh well, never mind. But if you go to, anyway, if you get that other caller back, I'm going to go to Deji. Good evening, Deji.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Deji. What you got for us?
Hello.
Fine. So, I was wondering.
Yes.
First off, you shouldn't unblock those people. Just leave them blocked.
I am a benevolent dictator, Deji, not like you. I am a kind human being, whereas you are cold and heartless.
Well, it's only going to bring more heartache, and I think you should leave them alone.
Well, we may find out that you're quite possibly right.
I think you are right.
We may find out, yeah.
Because they did something before you blocked them, didn't they?
Yeah.
They must have said something that upset you.
Yeah, they're annoying at very least.
Yeah, just there's too much out there. Trust me, you don't want it.
Well, let's see what listen. If it's very, very easy to block them again on YouTube, it's very easy. So let's.
You'll have to go through them individually.
Yeah.
It's too much. You just said 700. That's a lot.
Well, no. 700 is Twitter, and I can't unblock them because that will take forever. So I'm not unblocking them. It's just maybe the 100-odd people on YouTube, and I've got my lackeys to do that for me. I've got my moderators to do that for me. So that's fine. But yeah, you're probably right. The people on Twitter, I don't necessarily want to unblock.
This is the first time I've called your radio show.
Right.
So,
Would you want a medal?
I don't know if you know what's going on this weekend. There is a boxing match going on this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Your sat-nav's talking to you. Do you know where you're going?
oh yeah. I've just left work and I'm about 10 minutes away now.
All right.
From home.
Okay. And what's waiting for you at home?
How do you mean?
Well, is it food? Is it love? Is it a hot bath? What are you going to get? Woo!
Well, I'm gonna have a shower.
Yeah.
And my wife and baby are waiting at home.
Okay. So a shower, then sleep.
Be asleep now.
Yeah, sleep.
They'll
All right.
definitely be asleep.
All right. Well, how old's your baby, man?
She's 4.
Oh, it's not a baby. 4's not a baby.
She's actually a worker.
4's not a baby. Send her up a chimney.
Well, she's still my baby.
Oh, come on. Dear God.
She don't speak now. Yeah, she can answer back. She remembers
Yeah.
things now.
She remembers things. That's the thing. She remembers, and she will grass you up to mummy if she catches you doing stuff you're not meant to be doing. You can't get away with nothing when they're 4.
That's right. She does that already.
Right. You want to talk about Amir Khan's boxing match?
That's true.
Go on.
I was wondering, what do you think is going to happen on Saturday?
I don't know. I was in Catherine.
I think 2 men are going to strip down to
Here
their
we
pants
go. Oh, here we go.
and punch each other.
God.
And then sometimes do this thing where they look like they're hugging, but actually they're just having a breather.
There we go. That's. I listen. I was invited. I won't be going because I can't be bothered. Not because I've got any beef with him or anything. I don't know enough about him, Deji, as a boxer to know. All the others are going. I don't know enough about him as a boxer to know if he's any good or not.
Do you still speak to him on a regular basis?
No. I will probably WhatsApp him later in the week and wish him luck. And that'll be it.
Yeah, because I think something might happen in the second round, and it might go against Amir. I think.
Well,
I was just wondering if you've seen him lately and how you felt if he was confident for the boxing match or.
Hang on a minute, Catherine's going to do a thing again.
No, are you planning to put a bet on or something, David? It's like you're trying to get some inside info.
I have.
Of course he is.
I have suggested that Amir does that classic trick of putting a horseshoe in his boxing glove.
Oh, I was going to say messages on his boots, on his soles of his boots.
No, horseshoe in his boxing glove. I don't know. Listen, I wish him the very best of luck. Because I've got no beef with Amir, and I wish him the best of luck.
I've said that now twice. I'm beginning to think you've got beef with him.
I hope he gets the shit knocked out of him. Here's my message to Amir Khan. I hope that you get knocked out mercilessly for stitching me up in the jungle about them flipping strawberries. I hope your glass jaw shatters, Khan.
And the Daily Mirror's entertainment desk springs to life.
There you go. There's your clip. Send them that clip. That's what they wanted. That's what they wanted.
Because I saw the press conference difference. And I thought he kind of overreacted. It wasn't a mirror. At one point, he got up and he spilled water on the other guy, and I thought, you've never ever done that before. So I felt he was a bit nervous.
Yeah.
So I was hoping he could give me an inside info.
Here's the thing: bet against him, and you'll be okay, fella. That's all I'm going to say. Let us know how your bet goes, Deji.
Will do. This is the first time I've had a chat with you, and it's been great.
Nice one, fella. You too. Thanks a lot. I've really enjoyed it. Bye bye.
All right, then.
Bye bye. What a nice guy. I liked him.
I did.
Evening, Gareth.
Hello.
Hello, Gareth.
Yeah, hello. I'm enjoying the show tonight.
Thanks, man. It's a good one tonight.
Enjoyed the last, the war one that you've done.
Oh yeah, the War one. For those who missed it, you can go and download the podcast. War, yeah.
Yeah, but no, my anxiety has just been up and down.
Uh-oh.
It's the new symptom has been sleep paralysis. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or experienced it.
So wait, this is where. What now? Is this when you wake up but you can't move your body?
It feels like it feels like somebody's holding you down.
Yeah, no, I've never had. I've heard about it. I've read about it. I've never had it.
Oh, it's terrible. You feel, as I say, I put it down to my stress because it's the only thing I can think of.
Is there anything that's stressing you out, man, or is it just life in general?
It's just like a bolt out of the blue, like I said before. It just sort of comes whenever when my head is free, like when I have too much time to think.
Thinking. This is the thing, man. It's thinking. Thinking is the best and also the worst thing that people can do for themselves.
Like some of the things, your head can just wander, and you can think anything. It's scary.
Yeah. Well, have you got people that you can talk to?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, all right then. Well, as long as you've got people that you can talk to, Gareth, and you can share this stuff with, because the thing I find is if I don't share stuff and I sit on my own, the thoughts bounce around in my head, and with every bounce they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, until I start believing all kinds of stuff that I don't actually want to believe in. So I find that talking to people, or even just texting people, or even phoning the Samaritan sometimes, I find it can be really helpful.
That's the same thing that happens to me, and it's mostly whenever your mind's free. It's sort of like you always have to keep yourself occupied.
Yeah. Exactly.
Best you can. And the way I used to do the drama, and I used to do barbering, but I have to get back to it.
Barbering? What, cutting people's hair?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
I used to do acting, and then I moved into barbering.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit left field, but the way I look at it is they're all creators in their own way.
Yeah. Oh, well, barbering is a great form of artistry.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, as long as you find the thing that works for you, then, that will help you. That will help you a lot. And you call us as often as you want, Gareth.
Thanks very much.
All right, mate.
Appreciate it.
Take care,
I'll
fella.
Talk to you later. Bye.
See you later on. Bye-bye. Everyone's struggling, man. Everyone's struggling in their own way.
I've had that sleep paralysis thing.
Have you?
It's horrible. I've had it twice.
But maybe you had a ghost on you, a succubus or an incubus.
Both times I thought someone was holding me down. I thought someone was in the room. And it happened. It's stress, I think, brings it on. Doing exams and things. First time was when I was an A-level student. Second time was when I was at university. And you you think you've woken up.
Yeah.
You think someone's standing over you.
Yeah.
You try to move, and you feel. I remember you feel like someone's pushing your chest down.
Wow.
Like you can almost feel hands pushing you down.
I'd
The
love
second
that.
time it happened, I woke myself up by jumping out of bed.
I'd love that. I would love it.
It was awful.
I love it.
It was awful. It was terrifying. But you feel like it feels like there's a good 20 minutes of you being pushed
It's like,
down.
I like a really good nightmare. Really good, terrifying, everyone's dead
Get the blood pumping.
nightmare. Oh, I love it. It's like virtual reality. It's like being inside a horror film. Love it. Can't get enough of it. I wish there was you could go to the doctors and they'd give you a drug. Oh, well, actually, my medicine does give my metazapine gives me those. Great, beautiful, love it.
What about those ones where you wake up in a foul mood with somebody because they've done something unspeakable?
Yeah, love it. Or the ones where you wake up in love with someone that you'd never really looked at before because you'd had a romantic, not even a sexy dream, but a romantic dream, and you wake up thinking, oh, I'm in love with them. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This is the late night alternative on Talk Radio. Here comes Alistair.
It was safe to turn on the radio. The Leviathan of chat rides again. Hello, I'm James Whale, the radio presenter who isn't afraid to tell you what
I'm all right.
I believe the media should be well balanced. I myself am not. There is only one James Whale. I remember when I filled up my last swimming pool, it cost nothing.
The legendary James Whale Show.
You've got to be so careful, haven't you? Well, I haven't got to be careful. I don't give a stuff.
I'm always having things where I'm late to an exam or I'm sitting in an exam that I've not read a book for or something.
Blubber. I want to know whether or not I'm being too rude. Tonight from 7 on Talk Radio.
Closing time conversation for tax inspectors, taxi drivers, and taxidermists. Great big talk for the wee small hours.
You've been trolling me big time, mate.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Last 30 minutes of the show before Paul Ross comes on at 1 o'clock. It doesn't look like Russ in Lichfield has got the balls to call in, mainly because we're not talking about immigrants or Brexit or any of those boring old lazy phone-in radio tropes that feed people like that. But we have got one agent provocateur. Good evening, Alistair.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well, mate. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'll just
Turn your radio off, please.
Oh, sorry. Is that better? Yeah, I'm a big fan of you, Ian. I think you do a great job. I think you do a great show.
But?
And really enjoyed your performance in the jungle.
But
you let me down tonight and yesterday with two phrases.
Well, first of all, I've not let you down. I've not let you down.
Let me down.
Well, then let's choose our words very carefully, as I know you're calling in to speak about words.
No, it's my thought structure, Ian. It's not you letting me down. I know what you're saying.
Well, no, just because I know you're about to pick me up on language, so let's just be precise in our language. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, go on.
What do you mean, go on?
How much you had to drink today, Alistair?
A little bit.
There we go. That's what you called in for. You're having a go at Katherine on Twitter because of stuff I said in yesterday's show.
No, I didn't have a go at Katherine.
Yes, you did. You were rude.
No.
Alistair, listen, we're both stone cold sober. Trust me. You were rude, okay? And that's fine.
No, I wasn't.
Alistair, you were rude, okay? Whether you think... Well, no, listen, mate. Whether you think you were or not, you were rude. I've seen the messages, okay? So...
All I said was...
I don't care what you said, because I've seen the messages and they're rude, okay? So you've not phoned up because I talked about bumming or whatever it was that you phoned up about. You phoned up because you no, it's not. You phoned up because you're drunk.
No.
Yes.
I mean...
Yes.
If you say the phrase "nut job," I think it's offensive.
Well, then that's no, it's not.
How
No,
would you feel if someone called you a nut job?
if
you had depression.
No, if they called me a nut job because I had depression, I think, well, it's a stupid thing to say. But also, Alistair, I'm not buying it, mate. Listen, you phoned up, you're pissed, you won't remember this call tomorrow, okay? You were full of life and full of beans yesterday and banging on about how you love me and you love this show and you love life and all of that, and you fell off the wagon again. Don't take it out on me. Do not take it out on me.
Well, I'll disagree then.
Do not take it out on me. I can offer you help, and I'm really happy to offer you help and to offer you an ear, but don't take out your mistakes on me, Alistair.
Okay.
So how come you ended up drinking again?
into it. It's the usual story, isn't it? So, weakness, I suppose.
No, it's not weakness. It's an illness.
Yeah.
So it's not weakness. So, you going to drink again?
I don't know.
Okay.
The truth is, apart from that time before,
yeah,
this is the first time I've drunk since then.
Well, that was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah. So here's
I don't know. I can't say. I am in a position where I'll throw in the towel and just do it, and just, well, at the end of the day, I enjoy that a little bit about being drunk and everything. I know it's not the answer, but then again, I've got nothing else.
You're gonna go out and do a little bit. You're gonna go out and do a little bit more research into it, are you?
What do you mean?
Well, you're gonna go and do. You've not finished researching alcohol and its effect on your life.
Well, I know that it's stupid not to drink. I know that, but at the end of the day, and I'm an alcoholic, and sometimes I'm not strong enough to do the right thing. So that's the.
So you're going to go out and do a little bit more research.
That's well, we're always learning, aren't we? Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose so. I suppose so. I would. Here's my suggestion: just stay off Twitter when you're drunk, man, because because people that not necessarily care about you, but people that have certainly attempted. I tell you what, because it pissed me off what you were saying to my friend, right? And it pissed me off that you didn't have the guts to say it to me, and we both suspected that you were drunk. And I've got a soft spot for you, man, because I have trod a similar path to you, and I wish you, we're not mates or anything, but I wish you success and sobriety in your life. But when you lash out, even in quite tame terms, at people that wish you well, eventually those people will stop wishing you well. And maybe that's partly why we do it. We lash out at people that wish us well so that they go away. So then we've got another reason to get drunk or get high or get whatever it is that we do.
Yeah.
But just, you're better than this. You're better than this, man.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. If you do agree, then that's brilliant.
I'm sorry, Kath. Sorry.
I appreciate you saying that to me. I can't speak on behalf of Kath,
but I don't think you should need to be sorry to me. You know what you need to do.
You're better than this, man. You're much better than this, and it's not weakness. It's an illness, and you're better than this, brother.
It was just the thing about the B word. Is when I was at school, I was sent to Coventry and called that.
Yes.
For about 4 years.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that that a word that I said triggered you.
It just struck a chord, and that's why I was upset.
Listen. Apologies that you were triggered by a word that I said, but. And it's not particularly the nicest word. It was a cheap gag that I went for. I can't quite remember the context, but it was a cheap gag that I went for. And I will take on board what you said, but I probably won't curb my language. And the same with nut job. I probably won't curb that language, but I appreciate you sharing with me that those two words triggered you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, mate. Take care, Alistair.
Cheers, bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. 034 449 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB. Access all radios.
Yeah.
Talk Radio. Give it some lip.
Countdown to Brexit on Talk Radio with The Times. Know your times. The clock is ticking as the UK prepares to officially leave the European Union. Listen to the No Nonsense Breakfast with Julia Hartley-Brewer.
Russ is having digs at me for being getting divorced.
By Times journalists to discuss the latest
Anyway,
Brexit
off to bed
developments.
now as I have a wife and family to get up early for.
With debate, analysis and opinion from right across the political spectrum. Countdown to Brexit with Julia Hartley-Brewer. Weekday mornings from 6:30 on Talk Radio with The Times.
The Network Q Big Thank You sale is now on. Get an amazing £750 deposit contribution with finance at 9.9% APR representative. Plus, every used Vauxhall we sell comes with 1 year's warranty and 1 year's roadside assist. From the 13th to the 30th of April at your local Vauxhall retailer. Vauxhall, British brand since 1903. Personal contract purchase, finance subject to status, 18 plus T's and C's apply. Vauxhall Finance, available on selected models of participating retailers.
This is the sound of someone with a million things to do waiting in. Your time is precious. We're with you. So our engineers call ahead to let you know when they're on their way. Search British Gas Home Care. 95% of engineers call ahead.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The incredible new sound of Talk Radio.
The No Nonsense Breakfast with Julia Hartley-Brewer.
The biggest breaking news stories, headline-grabbing guests, and razor-sharp opinion.
Join me, Julia Hartley-Brewer, when I'll be turning up the heat every morning from 6:30 with an essential mix of straight-talking debate, heavyweight political guests, and fearless comment. Waking up the nation with a brand new breakfast conversation.
The No Nonsense Breakfast with Julia Hartley-Brewer.
This morning from 6:30
on Talk Radio.
Neon lit night talk for torch singers, trolley dollies, and train wrecks like me.
Never know just where the conversation will take you.
What I'm going to say sounds ridiculous.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
03444991000. Yes, I know, Hannah. I don't know if you were just listening to the broadcast. I said I've unblocked everyone on YouTube. I don't know why. Stop running to teacher and deal with things amongst yourselves. And if Amanda she's not coming on the show, but she can talk there. And if she's rude and obnoxious, then she'll get blocked. And if if people are rude and obnoxious, they'll get blocked. I'm giving people a second chance. It doesn't mean that necessarily, she's not coming on the show, but she can hang out there. So just stop running to teacher. This is another thing this isn't specifically about this, but just people run into teacher. You're normally teacher.
Yeah, that's a surefire way. The ones I really like are the ones where you've blocked them or something and they come running to me, because then I really feel like blocking them myself.
03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Let's just go to Donna.
Hiya.
Hello, Donna.
Hello.
Hello. What you got for us?
Well, it was actually when you were talking about nightmares earlier on.
Oh, yes.
And I was going to ask, it was maybe a mere question for Kath.
Oh,
Then
right.
probably both of you could answer it.
Okay, go on.
Have you ever had a sexy dream about either each other?
Oh, blimey. Well, I know I am a very, very horny, sexually attractive gentleman. So Kath probably must have done. What? Come on, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. No, I haven't had one about Kath, but I must admit, when the last place we worked at, I had a sexually inappropriate dream about someone who worked there.
I remember you told
that
me.
was, and it was a weird vibe the next day. Very weird
Yeah, 'cause
vibe.
she didn't know, and obviously,
You don't even need to fancy the person. I mean, I work with guys.
Yeah.
And I don't even look at them like that normally, but then I had this weird dream in the following day. I couldn't look at him. And he kept saying, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Oh, Ken, what do you say?" And he didn't even ken. I mean, it's not as if he knew.
See, you should have said to him, "Look, I had this dream last night, and this is what we did. Do you fancy giving it a go?" Fancy giving it a go?
It was bad enough the idea was in my head without actually saying to him.
Oh.
The thing is, though, yeah, I know. You can't blame yourself for what you dream.
No, okay, true.
So you might as well go for it.
You dirty dog. Well, I hope that answers your question, Donna.
Thanks very much.
Thanks very much indeed. Let's go to Dan. I've just timed someone out for using not at the end of a sentence. Thanks for that. Not.
Oh,
Timed
gosh.
out.
Is it 1993?
Oh, man, I'm getting accused of picking on people now. Oh, for God's sakes! Gonna block you all again.
Let me swing the scythe on there. Go on, let me.
No.
Let's do a cull.
No. Let's. Fine. Dan.
Hello, Ian. How's it going?
It's going all right, Dan. Although the minutiae of social media, I don't think social media does us any good. I think it's really unhealthy for us. Certainly brings out the worst in me. Really brings out the worst in me, and I think it brings out the worst in other people, and it elevates people to certain statuses that they shouldn't necessarily have. Other people are dependent on said. I just, and I'm going to get a load of flack tomorrow. I'll get tweets and then they'll be deleted tomorrow because I've muted someone because I've timed someone out on YouTube, and it's just like, oh, guys, if it's going to be a major faff, and if you can't all look after yourselves, then we'll stop doing it.
Yeah, well, I agree. I tweeted you at the weekend and you didn't get back to me.
Oh, no! Dan's phoned up for retribution!
No, not really, no. It wasn't meant to be getting back to it, but...
What did you tweet me, Dan?
Just really glad that you came to Belfast to do the rabbit hole.
Oh, it was good. We had a wicked time there. We need to work out what we're going to take there next time.
Yeah, it was stupid of us to try and do Dublin one day and Belfast the next because we really didn't see enough of either place. Did we?
We didn't see any of it. We saw the train and that was it. We didn't see anything.
The train was flipping brilliant.
The train was great, and then we had to leave at like 3 the next morning because I got the dates wrong, and it was We'll be back. We'll be back. We just don't know with what yet.
The reason why I'm ringing you, Ian and Kath, is because I'm looking to get into radio myself, and I'm struggling. I'm looking to get to know, why or how you got into it yourselves.
Radio?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there were 2 ways I got into it. I was doing stand-up comedy, and I had an agent who wasn't very good, but he got me a gig at a local radio station, which I did for 6 months, and I quit because I hated it. But then I got into radio as a career because I was on telly, and it was the late 90s, early 2000s, and the radio people were being lazy and were giving anybody that was on a television show a radio show. So I had a show on XFM, and I treated it with contempt and disgust, and they really wanted me to do the breakfast show, and I couldn't be bothered with it. And so that's how I got into radio. I had a thrice weekly late night topical comedy show. Katherine, yourself?
I finished university with a languages degree and thought, what am I doing with this? I don't want to be a teacher. I don't really want to be a translator. I know, I used to write. So I am trained as a journalist. I went on a broadcast journalism course for a year and got a job as a newsreader, and ended up sort of going to another station. I went to the BBC and worked around the station, got loads of opportunities to do different things there, and ended up where I am now after about 17 years. But journalism is one way in. You might not want to do that forever, but it's a solid way, and there's a solid path into radio that way still.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to get my ass in through the door, but it's proven difficult.
What are you hoping to do? Are you hoping to go into presentation?
Presentation like Ian, yeah.
Right. Well, yeah.
You got to be like.
There's loads of people trying to do that. You've got to get in. You've got to go in there and be prepared to make the tea.
You've got to be wicked. You've got to have charm. You've got to have wit.
You've got to be jammy.
Got to be good. You got to be jammy.
Did you guys mention a guy called Denny Morris? You meant to get
He's the boss here.
Yeah.
He hasn't got a clue. He's out of his depth. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's chanced it. He'll be on his ear in 6 months.
But thankfully, he took a chance on us.
Brilliant. Okay, well, I'll try and get in touch with him.
Write to him, and if you don't hear anything, write to him again. And if you don't hear anything, write to him again. And repeat around radio stations where you can get to them, right? If you can get a weekend shift, like backing someone up in production, make the cups of tea, ask questions, learn things. Only need to be that person who only needs to tell him once, right? But most of all, be available, because that's how things happen. A lot of it is about being around, being the person who's around at the time.
Dan, best of luck, mate, but not too much luck because I want jobs. So Kaz Kari's tweeted me, would it be possible for you to write down the rules for the broadcasts, probably for Periscope 2 somewhere? The YouTube would work, but Twitter is general. I just think it would be nicer. So they want me to write rules. Here, right, I'll tell you the rules, right? Don't be an arsehole. Don't be racist. Don't be homophobic. Don't be rude about people that I work with. And don't be rude about me. That's it.
And don't be irritating.
That's it. That's it. That is it. Those are the rules. Behave like you would to if you were on a bus, or if you were having a fate, or you're buying a coffee, or you were at work, or you were buying a pair of shoes, or behave how you would if you were talking to people face to face. That is it. That is it. Behave how you would if you wouldn't go up to someone face to face and go, do you know what? I think that woman you work with is shit. Maybe you would. Well, don't do it here. Catherine, you were going to say something?
Could you write down some of those rules for life, though? Because I think some people struggle with that.
I think so. Here's the thing. People confuse... If people behave like they did in real life on Twitter, Twitter will be great. With a few exceptions, but there's a few exceptions in life. And if people behaved on the YouTube chat like they did in life, the YouTube chat would be great. It's generally great. Periscope is a cesspit, you know. It's a cesspit. But if people behaved like they did when you're out buying a shirt, or you're buying a coffee. You know, buy a coffee. Can I get, I'm going to get a medium latte, please. Would you like any muffins today? No, I won't. Oh, no, do you know what? Yes, I will. I'll have a chocolate muffin and I'm going to have it in, please. There you go. That's £4.50. Thank you. Thank you. That's it, right? That's called manners.
Can I give you an example of how that wouldn't work in real life?
Yes.
From someone who tweeted me earlier on, who would never say this to me in real life. Who would never dare speak to me like this in real life. At the risk of sounding like a perv, I think you would get over 500 viewers on YouTube if you wear a low-cut top, a push-up brazier, and the camera is facing you. Tarty red lipstick would also be a nice touch. Kiss.
I mean...
This is someone who's never spoken to me before.
But imagine going into Costa and saying to the young lady there, listen, just to say... I
hope you don't think this is pervy, but...
It's pretty busy in here, right? But I think it'll make it busier. You've got a cracking set of tits. If you undid those two buttons, no, make it 3, the lipstick, it's not slutty enough. Get some bright red stuff on. And also, if you had some fishnet stockings on, and just roll that skirt up 3 inches and bend over a bit and show your ass. Think the business... You wouldn't do that. You behave out... It's common sense, man. It's common sense. Oh, God.
Anyway, hope that helps.
It really is just... Good evening, Kevin.
Hello.
Hey, Kevin, what you got for us?
I know this is probably an old subject, but...
I'm an old man.
On my AVI, saying James Whale, but obviously you're not James Whale.
Yes.
You're Ian.
Hello.
And one of the questions I wanted to ask is that it's something that's been brushed under the carpet, is the historical child abuse at Westminster.
Well, the investigation's ongoing, isn't it?
Yeah, but they've had 4 people now.
Well, I think. Do you know what? You're right. We've not heard about it we've not heard about it for a while, but it has started, hasn't it?
Well, it did do, yeah. And then there was 4 people.
Yeah, but then they got the 4th person in, and that 4th person is still there, and it's.
No, she's gone. She was from New Zealand.
No. I thought that person got replaced.
Yeah, but that's now the 5th person.
Okay, so but the 5th person. Well, but the 5th. Well, I'm sure you could find it if you Googled it.
Yeah, I know, but it's just one of those things that gets pushed under the carpet.
Well, no, it does. Well, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, the thing about it is that the news is kind of cyclical. So something else happens, and then something else happens. But I do remember reading a story about it about a month ago. And about how it was still going on. So it's happening, and while the investigation is happening, there's not really a lot they can say, can they? So they've got to investigate it to find out.
Moving forward, because it's Westminster.
Yeah. So you think that Westminster is stopping it happening?
Yeah, I think they've probably got some kind of clip on the media. You know, there's probably, you know, let's push it under the carpet.
Oh no, I don't think I don't. I get what you're saying. I don't. Oh man, why didn't you call in an hour ago? We've only got 3 minutes left, and this is fascinating. I honestly, but then I would say this, I honestly don't think it is the government, you know, kind of pulling strings in the media. I could be wrong, of course, and of course I would be saying that because I'm in the media.
Yeah.
But I genuinely don't think that. I genuinely, and maybe this is naive, Kevin, but I genuinely think that there's not really a lot to talk about because the investigation is ongoing, and that there won't be anything to talk about until that's approaching completion.
I understand that, but why is it like, the Jimmy Savile carry on, all these celebrities got pulled in straight away, but yet there's nobody been held to question.
Well, Savile didn't get pulled in straight away.
Well, no,
he was dead.
I mean, I've met Savile, and he's not a very nice. Well, he wasn't a very nice person, but it was a bit of a lech, to be honest. But
it's putting it mildly.
Now it's coming to Westminster. Why is it that nobody's been held accountable or even brought into question?
Well, I just think you've got to be so careful because there have been a lot of false accusations made.
Yeah.
And
Cliff Richards.
Well, let's be careful about that because there's a court case going. It's not going on specifically about that, but yes, that was a false accusation that was made. But I'm talking about who was the guy that died? Not Jana. There was was it Lamont?
No.
Was it? It was someone who'd been accused of it and died with that kind of cloud hovering.
Yeah, they said that he had dementia or something.
No, that was Jana. There was someone, I thought it was Lamont, who'd been accused of it, and or there were kind of rumblings, and then that person died, and then about 6 months after he died, the police went, no, there was absolutely nothing there, and it was a fantasist. It wasn't Lamont, but it was someone like that. It well, not. Go on. Who bloody hell was it?
Sure.
Anyway, listen. Leon Britton, thank you, Paul Ross. Thank you. Leon Britton, there we go. Paul Ross just chipping in. Kevin, listen, man. We got to end the show because you just heard Paul Ross. He's on at 1 o'clock. Give us a call earlier tomorrow, please, mate, because I'd love to chat to you about this.
Okay, what time are you on here?
I'm on Monday to Friday, 10 o'clock at night until 1 in the morning.
Lovely.
But you'll get a fair hearing, Kevin. You'll get a fair hearing on this.
Okay, thank you, yeah.
Nice one, mate. I'll speak to you tomorrow, hopefully.
I think there's more discussion there, yeah.
Next, bye-bye.
Talk Radio. Intelligent,
Leon Britton.
organic entertainment. Talk
I know why
Radio.
you're thinking
We'll get you to...
They look similar.
Yeah.
Heavy eyebrows.
Bye-bye, guys.